Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to VidaneTV noon 06 here on the East Coast. A little bit later than that, a little bit further east you go, but we are here for the fourth annual running of the Jim Hallahan 333 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And we've got ourselves about 30 drivers lined up to take the green flag, get in through some heat races, and make their way into the big show here this afternoon. You can see right now we've got the first heat race lined up. Couple powerhouse drivers up on the front row. Tanton Wooldridge there in the 56. Brett Suggs on the outside. Roma, Libby, Campbell the top five. Snellgrove, Goodwin, Murphy, Thiel, and Craswell going to round out the first 10 drivers that are going to attempt to race their way in here tonight. Actually getting slid a post-it note here from the race control room. We may actually be taking all the drivers here in the big show here tonight. We will find out. Green flag flies for the very first time here this afternoon at Bristol Motor Speedway. And there you see Tanton Wooldridge getting the jump that he needs. A couple of car lengths over Brett Suggs, and as they head into 3 and 4. Drivers able to pull away by just a little bit. You can see they've got about a 8/10 of a second or so gap back to Ryan Libby there in that 46 car. He's got a mirror full of the 83 at Chris Roma there in behind. Lots of red cars up in the top 5, top 10 here. Brandon Campbell in the 99 car using that high side of the Reaper ride up along the outer wall of this racetrack. Greg Snellgrove right behind him. The 122 car going to try and take a peek down on the low side as we were 9 laps to go in this heat race. We got to even between 10 and 12, 10 laps per heat race here to try and get these guys into the show here this afternoon. And 333 laps on the docket for the big show. Going to be a blast here, and we're hoping against hope here at Vidane HQ that the power stays on. We are getting our first snowstorm of the year here. Luckily, it's not as bad as they were saying. It's only got probably like 2 or 3 inches out there, but it's that thick, heavy, wet snow, and the wind's ripping up pretty bad. We got the driveway plowed, we got everything shoveled off, and we got back inside, warmed up just a little bit. We got a spotted tee going, and we're going to be racing this afternoon, and we're going to be staying live as long as we can here tonight, because we've got a lot of cool stuff going on here at Vidane HQ. The Jim Hallahan 333 on top of that list. Going to be going green with that big show here within the hour as we get these drivers all qualified up to get into that show here this afternoon. And it's crazy to think, already the 4th year in a row that we've run that event here. Kind of kicked off the calendar year with the Tim's Corner Motorsports iRACING series, split into 2 this year, and this event going to be run in the super late models, and that's going to be underneath the Tulco Electric Super Late Models banner, and we're keeping track of the points here for that series as well. Be able to get all that action over on the Facebook page, Tim's Corner Motorsports, facebook.com/TimsCornerCA, or you can click on the iRACING link over on Tim's website, timscorner.ca. I think it's /iRACING, all the iRACING updates and all that good stuff. But man, it's great to be here on a Sunday afternoon. Finally getting over this little bit of a funk that we had here. Got on the airplane to Daytona last weekend, or Monday morning as it were. Caution flag flies for the first time here. Looks like Doug Murphy may have had himself a little bit of an incident, and it definitely looks like Jake Goodwin had himself a bit of an incident. You can see that right front tire is broken on that 24 car, and we'll see if we can back up the tapes. He's going to try and get himself some repairs on that thing, but we might be seeing that thing in an LCQ race here momentarily. You can see parts flying off of this car as we back up to Racing Science instant replay side by side as they get into the corner. They touch here in the corner, both of them out into the outside wall, parts flying off of the car, and there you see that right front is all sorts of cattywampus for the 24 car. So a tough race for Jake Goodwin. And there you can see both of those cars lined up on pit road, going to try and get some repairs, try and get back out on track, but with 2 laps to go, getting ourselves a first taste of a green-white checker. Got to thank everybody for tuning in here this afternoon. We are, in fact, live all over the heckin' place. We're on the YouTubes, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. We're trying to get live on TikTok, but we need to get ourselves up to 1,000 followers. So be sure to shoot on over under one of these caution laps here to shoot on over to the TikTok app, pull up VidaneTV, and give us a quick little like, because that goes a long way. We'll be able to do we're planning on using TikTok as almost a behind the scenes here at VidaneTV. So as we watch the racing action on the other social media outlets, you'll be able to watch me push buttons and scream into a microphone for that duration of that race. So looking forward to the future, looking forward to the big things here at VidaneTV, and so aren't these two drivers up in the top row, side by side as they come out of turn number 4 for the very last time. They cross the stripe to take that white flag, white rag. 3 drivers, 4 drivers, 5 drivers under a blanket. Anybody slips up here in that top 5, they could very well give up that position. How about a 3-way battle, 3 wide, coming out of turn 4 for the lead. They back out of it. Red Suggs going to take the checkered flag. Tanton Woolridge going to finish in second. Ryan O'Livy going to finish in third. And man, oh man, if that's going to be a taste of what goes on this afternoon in the big 333 race this afternoon, it's going to be a heck of a show here. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know that you're watching some iRacing action here from Bristol Motor Speedway. And got to give a big shout out to Pit Stop TV, Andrew Cardinale, the 4th AC4 as he's known in the iRacing world and the real racing world. He hooked it up this Sunday here for us at VidaneTV. We've got about 27 different camera angles that we're going to be able to take a look at the last great Coliseum here throughout the afternoon. So if something looks a little bit wonky, if the camera shifts just a little bit and it doesn't quite make sense, that's me. That's my bad. Trying some new things here at VidaneTV, and there you can see from high above in the actual drone camera. How about that? We got a drone here at VidaneTV. The crowd is on their feet. They've got all their cell phones out, and they're taking a picture of these next 10 cars here. Dustin Mumbercat going to start off on the pole down on the bottom side with Caden Tufts there in the 00. The 2 car, Blake Thronberg going to start P3. Nicholas Noggle there as well, going to roll off P4. Tyler Hallaahan in the 5th position, going to roll off and see how he can get up. Check that, that's the 33 car. Derek Gates, the 024. Danny Vitch up in the field. Josh Langell, Quentin Carpenter, and Ashton Reekie going to round out the 12 drivers, or 12 drivers, 10 drivers. We know how to count. It's just there's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of different screens trying to keep up with everything that goes on, but it's 10 drivers out on track that are going to line themselves up for a shot at the big race, the big show here this afternoon. And it's the 4th annual running. Jim Hallahan 333 here at Bristol Motor Speedway for Tim's Corner Motorsports, the Tulco Electric Super Late Model Series. Tell your friends, now's a good time to get some lunch ordered up, get on the DoorDash, the Uber Eats. I know it's snowing here in southern New England, so we're keeping an eye on that, keeping an eye on the wind and the power usage and the trees and all that good stuff. Everything looking A-okay so far here at this point. That driveway looks spotless too. Got the ATV out there with the quad, and that's all cleaned up. But here we go, pace cars off. We are green flag racing once again. And how about Lombercat in that 16 car? Gonna slide on up in front of Tufts in that 00 car. Try and pull away by just a little bit, but you can see that high side starting to come in already as the double op machine up in the middle of the high group here. And I think you'll see that once these tires start to get worn in just a little bit as we cross the stripe for 11 laps to go in heat race number 2. And already the front 4 breaking away just a little bit, yet a little bit of a battle back there for 5th and 6th between Langell and Hallaahan. They get it all sorted out at this point. Look, conveyor belt action to see what these drivers have to do to get themselves up towards the front. 10 laps to go in this second heat race, and once again, live all over the place. We're on Facebook for VidaneTV as well as Tim's Corner Motorsports. We're over on Twitter, x.com/VidaneTV. We're on YouTube, and that's one of the cool apps. You can pull up on the smart TV, the big screen TV, do a quick search for VidaneTV Live, and it pops right up. And if you're doing that, if you're watching in the living room, in the shop, wherever that big screen TV may be mounted up on the wall, snap off a picture, throw it up on the Twitter, and join the conversation with hashtag VidaneTV. And the main goal here for the early months of 2024, gotta get that TikTok following. We gotta get up there with those Dylan Langell numbers over on TikTok, because once we hit 1,000, we're gonna be able to go live. And what we're going to do here at VidaneTV, once we're able to go live on TikTok, is we're going to use that as a behind the scenes here at Vidane HQ. So you'll be able to see myself, Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr., smash all these buttons, yell into this microphone, and throw my hands around like a crazy person. I promise you, it'll be entertaining. 6 laps to go here at Bristol. As they cross the stripe, they get the high five from Barney up in the flag stand, and Mumbercat going to slide all the way up to the top of the racetrack, almost a Ross Chastain line, if you will. Going to drop back down in front of the double zero, but this is the opportunities that these drivers are going to be able to take in these heat races. They know they've got themselves a solid qualifying start. You can see Tough's now going to drift up the racetrack there as well. These guys are going to test the waters just a little bit. They want to make sure that the car's going to be able to handle up there. And as you can see, Mombercat now all the way down on the apron. That's a really good opportunity. You can see he gets up there, kisses the wall a little bit, slows him down just enough where Caden thinks he might have a little bit of a run, but he's going to tuck back in there about 5-6 car lengths back or so. But you can see the bottom and the top of the racetrack almost identical as far as lap times. Tough's able to drive a little bit closer to the back bumper of Mombercat, but being able to have these couple extra laps here in these heat races under green flag conditions really gives these guys an opportunity to see what the car's going to do on 10-lap old tires. Now, if we do have a long green flag run, and we've seen that happen here in the 333, the Jim Hallahan 333, that information definitely helpful, but you got to know what the car's going to do on a long green flag run. Checkered flag flies here from flag to flag for the 16 of Mombercat, going to come home with the victory here in heat race number 2. Tuff, Stronberg, Noggle, and Langell going to be the top 5 here in heat race number 2. There you see that loud, mellow Mountain Dew ride there of Danny Vitch, the number 24. And there you see the mountains of Busch right next to the Busch's baked beans. I bet you they did that on purpose. I bet you. Somebody knows what they're talking about there in the marketing world here at Bristol Motor Speedway. But there you see heat race number 3 getting lined up on the front straightaway. And another beautiful shot there of the high above the last great Coliseum. And there's a great shot of the flag stand there as well. Ashton Tucker in the 2 car going to start P1. Brett Byron going to roll off on the outside of row number 1. Dylan Black, Devin Lappin going to be in the second row. Justin Fougere, Colton Efringham, Dave Cassidy, Chris Lawson, Tim Terry going to round out the field here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And anytime you see that 28 car, you know it's going to be calamity all around the racetrack. And I was actually talking to Tim before we came on the air. That's a throwback to, I want to say a 2012. It's a 10-15-year-old paint scheme from, I want to say back in the Ascors days. I'm not entirely sure. ESR TV, that was sending it back quite a ways. But Tim going to see what he can do here. Try and get himself qualified in to the big show here this afternoon. And he was looking for a big box of talent earlier, driving talent. So I don't know, not sure what we'll see out of the 28 car, but I can assure you it is going to be entertaining. The lights are off on the iRacing pace car. We've got the 1 to go to the green flag here. Heat race number 3 working on down at the backstretch. Hey, hit that like button, that share button, especially over on the YouTube. It lets us know that you're entertained. It lets us know that you want to see more of this iRacing action, and it also helps us out with that weird little algorithm thingy that nobody seems to know how it works. But we're live on Twitch, live on Twitter, live on YouTube and Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that they're saying VidaneTV. Green flag flies side by side, heading on down into turn number 1 between the 2 and the 12. Tucker going to tuck on up in front of the 12 of Byron. Byron going to shoot down low, shoot up high, and he saw that last race. He was watching heat race number 2 live here on VidaneTV. He knows the high side's coming in. He knows the low side's quick as well, and he's able to put that car anywhere that it needs to be. You can see he took a peek down low there at that point, shot on up the high side, didn't quite make up some ground, but he let that 2 car know in front of him that he's going to be all over the place. Ooh, a little sideways back there for the 13 car of Cassidy. Tim Terry going to be able to move on around, it looks like. How about that 28 car down on the bottom side? Just outside the top 5 with 10 laps to go. Tim Terry on the move. I don't think I'd ever say that. Ever. There you see Efringham in the 46 car, though, 48 car rather, taking a peek down low, not quite able to get going just yet. Going to tuck back into the tire tracks and see if he can learn a thing or two from the boss man. Meanwhile, back up front, Dylan Black taking a shot on Byron, taking a shot down low, and he's drifting up the track just a little bit to try and utilize that middle groove, a little bit of extra grip up in that for these fresh, colder tires. But as they get heat in them and as they start to wear, you're going to start seeing a lot of these drivers drift on up the racetrack. But there you see, going to tuck back into the tire tracks for the time being. Still side by side back here between Lappin and Terry. Tim Terry up on the high side now. Colton Efringham, check that. That's Colton Efringham there down on the bottom side. Oh, a little bit of contact there. They touch, but they get it sorted out. Still side by side. Dave Cassidy now joins the fight in the Bud car. How about that? Going to see if he can get around the outside, but not quite there. Evernham going to slide on back now as Tim Terry able to break away by a couple of car lengths, but they're all still chasing Ashton Tucker with 5 laps to go in this third heat race. Brett Byron still in second, but for how long? That 08 car of Dylan Black has been all over the back bumper of that 12 machine for the entirety of this heat race. Justin Cormier and, pardon me, Devin Laffin now side by side for the 4th and 5th spot. And you can see it's a little bit further on back to this 4-way battle, the fatal 4-way being led by Tim Terry. Ashton Tucker, one hand on the wheel, driving off into the, well, not quite into the sunset because it's still about afternoon time, but gonna get the caution flag here, and, well, Tim's in it. Big junk for the 28 car. That's a tough break for the big boss man, Tim Terry. We'll see if we can back that up here on the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. Yeah, that's broken, Tim. Yeah, we're in it. That's a big 4X. But we'll back up the tapes and we'll take a peek and see what exactly went on. Some hard racing back with that group as we just took our cameras off at Tim Terry, Colton Evernham, and company. And as we back up the tapes, we can see that there are some car parts flying all over the heckin' place here in this Tulco Electric heat race number 3. You can see Evernham going to take a peek down low in that black car. Tim Terry up on the high side. Everything looking A-okay until they come out of the corner. You can see contact between Evernham and Cassidy, and it just shoots Tim up into the outside wall. Tears off all the sheet metal on the front of that thing, looking like the modifieds, the mighty modifieds they run up here at Stafford Motor Speedway. And you can see he's going to park that thing down on the pit road, and we'll rejoin the field here as they get lined up 2 by 2, and they get the 1 to go, 1 to green here as we get ourselves another green-white checkered attempt here in heat race number 3. So heat race 1 and heat race number 3 so far. Gonna finish, get ourselves a green-white checkered attempt now. And you can see lined up 2 by 2, couple of drivers off, couple of drivers down a lap. Evernham going to join the tail end of the field. He's the last car there on the outside line. This isn't something Ashton Tucker really wanted to see, but it is something that he'll be able to get some more practice in along with the other drivers here in this heat race. You get an attempt at a green-white checkered, and you also get yourselves another restart practice as well. Ooh, a little side-by-side action as Tucker drifts up the track, gives Byron a high five. Byron going to tuck into the tire tracks now of the number 2 car. Going to tuck on in, and they're going to come into 3 and 4. Byron's going to go all the way down to the bottom side of the track. You can see already drifting up just a little bit as we're about 10 laps into this race. White flag, white rag for Barney up in the flag stand. 0.2 of a second is the gap from first on back to second. Dylan Black joining the party, though, in that 08 car. He's making that high, wide, and handsome line work. Doesn't quite have enough time to get there, though. Ashton Tucker going to come out of 4 for the final time and take that checkered flag. He's going to win heat race number 3. Byron Black, Cormier, and Evernham going to be the top 5 as they cross the stripe. And looks like we're getting right into the Consi races. Going to line them up now for 21 laps on the board here. 10 more drivers, or 10 of the same drivers that we've seen throughout the field here tonight. Going to line back up here on the front straightaway, and we'll get a shot of that. There's Roma in the 83 car going to start on the point. Cormier in the 23 going to start on the outside. Langell Theo Laffin going to be the top 5. The 29 Major Mellon Mountain Dew Ride. Very loud paint scheme there for the number 29 car. He's going to roll off P6. Craswell, Cassidy, Riki, and Murphy going to round out the 10 cars in this last chance for romance, this last chance qualifier. And we're going to get ourselves set up for a, I believe, 29 car field, if I'm not mistaken. We will double check. Originally, we were going to take 21. There might have been some provisionals up in the mix. I might be reading this sticky note completely wrong, but we'll talk to Tim here before we get going with the big show. Going to have ourselves a little bit of a break to make sure we get all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, and make sure we get everybody lined up here in the viewership roles as well. Got to let everybody know that we're live all over the place, and the chat is, we got the chat open. We're going to try and pay attention to it. A lot goes on here at Vidane HQ when we're pushing all these buttons and yelling and screaming, but we're going to be chatting with you throughout the evening, so be sure you let us know who your driver is, who you're rooting for, where you're watching from, and what you think of the action, how we can do better, what else you might want to see here on these live broadcasts as we get ready to go with this very first last chance qualifier, and it's a great way to kick off the TCM calendar year here with the Jim Hallahan at 3:33. It's crazy to think that this is going to be the 4th annual here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Always a very special race here for us at VidaneTV and everybody involved as far as, well, everybody. Drivers, partners, sponsors. Big show here on the January 7th, and kind of kicking off a massive calendar year here for us at VidaneTV in the iRacing world, as well as the real racing world. Getting a little bit of news that we're going to be jumping on an airplane here next month and heading on south, so that's going to be a whole lot of fun. More details to come on that. But we're going to line them up 2 by 2 all the way through here for 20 laps, and we're going to find out just where these cats are going to qualify in the big show here this afternoon. Pace car's gone. Green flag flies once again. Roma gets that hole shot. He's going to pull away by a couple of car lengths over that 23 car of Cormier, but look at the run that the 23 car up into the quarter panel of the 83. The leader's around, second place is around. Everybody in behind gets a piece of it as well. Caution, caution. Oh no, upside down goes the 09, I believe, of Theo. Big trouble here on lap number 1. We'll back that up on the U-House Racing Designs instant replay, and let's see if we can take a peek at some of these different camera angles that we have here. And man, that was a hard hit for a lot of drivers involved in that one, and we're going to back up as much as we can. And here's a good shot. Again, shout out to Pit Stop TV, AC4, hooking us up with some new cameras here at Bristol to play with, and we'll be getting those added in. And take a peek here. Here is the contact, the 23 car using that high line. Roman going up for kind of an early block, but you can see a couple of drivers going for the same piece of real estate. Never really works in the iRacing or the real racing world, and unfortunately, that RBR machine going to spin on around. There's the 18 car getting a piece of it. The 09 gets some as well. And there's Danevich in that Mountain Dew ride. He's going to slide on by. There goes the front bumper cover of the 2083 car, I believe. That's just flying through, and you can see there's Ashton Reiki getting on by. Nope, that was, yeah, Ashton Reiki in the 26 car. There's another big shot for the 83 of Roma. And there's the 09 car getting flipped on over on his top. We'll back that up as well, because he went for a wild ride in that 89 car as well. You can see side by side with the 18 of Langell. There's the initial contact, spins on around. Big hit, big hit, big hit. 29 car comes in, gives him a tap, and there's Roma, gives him just a lazy shot up in the quarter panel. Sends him on over. Luckily, it's iRacing, so he's okay. We're going to change things up towards the front. Devin Laffin now going to start up in the first position. Matt Black in the red is an absolute gorgeous combo with the chrome number on top. That's a good-looking paint scheme for that number 8 car, and he has moved himself up 4 or 5 spots into the P1 spot. He's going to hold on to it. Danny Fitch there in second. Dave Cassidy third. Wade Craswell, Doug Murphy, and Ashton Reiki going to round out the 6 drivers that are still on the lead lap. Green flag flies here with 16 laps to go here in the first consi. Caution flag flying once again. Ashton Reiki, that flannel ride's pointed the wrong way. The wing nuts tightened just a little bit too tight. That's a good looking paint scheme too. It looks cozy. It looks warm. We're gonna have to ask Ashton if the flannel keeps him warm in that car. But caution flag flies once again. It looks like Craswell may be involved there in the 67 car up on the top. Let's take a look. Here's a little side by side action. A little 3 wide action. How about that? Craswell gets a piece of it. I believe that may have been. We're gonna have to double check on who that other car was involved in this one, but that's 92, I believe, of Doug Murphy. So a little 3 wide action here to kick things into high gear. We'll take another peek at it because, well, we can do that here. We got different buttons we can push, and there you see it. Gets up a little bit of damage on the front of the car, but able to hold on to it. Doug Murphy going to move on up into third, as it looks like they get lined up with 13 laps still left to go. We've taken the 1 to go. The lights are off on the iRacing pace car. Laffin, Cassidy, Murphy, Craswell, and Reiki going to be the top 5 once we get that green flag. And we're taking a peek out the window here at HQ. It is still snowing a gale. I don't know if that's how we say that with snow. I know that's the wind. Wind hasn't kicked up, but the snow is still getting going out there. I believe that it's going to be up in the Maritimes tomorrow, depending on what the storm system does. Enjoy that. Just know that we're not too thrilled to have the snow down here. First big snowstorm in southern New England of the year. It's cold. Not thrilled. Green flag flies once again here in Conti race number 1. Devin Lappin has moved himself into the lead. Murphy up into the outside wall, got stuck. That car did not want to turn left away from that. That's going to open the door for Wade Craswell, who's going to take a peek down low. They're side by side as they head into 3 and 4. And you can see there's definitely some handling issues with Murphy coming out of 4. Gets a little bit slidey, gets a little bit wobbly, and grabs down on the bottom side, but he gets it sorted back out. And you can see he's got some damage there on the front of that car. So using that chrome horn just a little bit to try and move his way up through the field. There you see up in the outside wall again goes the 92 car. That's going to open the door again for Craswell as he shoots down low. Still not quite able to complete the pass there on the bottom side for the 67 car. They're going to try it again as they get side by side. And this is the battle. Oh no, around as we change the camera. Craswell gets a piece of the action. Dave Cassidy is pulled away just a little bit. We stay green, stay clean and green. Caution. There we go. Yellow flag comes out. Doug Murphy around in that 92 car. Really seems to be struggling with the handling on that ride. We'll back it up and take a peek as you see the side-by-side battle there was with Craswell. Up into that outside wall again. Just very similar to how I drive to Bristol. I think I would be quick at this racetrack if that front straightaway wall was out like 6 more feet. Because you see the 92 car up there flirting with disaster, gets up into the outside wall and unfortunately gets some big time damage here with this one. 7 laps to go. We regather the field, and as it looks, we've got 4 drivers on the lead lap here in this Conti race. Lappin, Cassidy, Craswell, and Ashton Reiki holding on to P4 right now. Currently, Doug Murphy scored in the 5th position. But you got to bet that that 92 car probably going to come down and get some repairs on that ride and see if he can rejoin the field and make a little bit of magic happen. Maybe just do a little bit of homework, see what he can learn for the big show here this afternoon, the 303, the Jim Hallahan 333, 4th annual running here for Tim's Corner Motorsports. And going to be a great show, going to be a great afternoon. We'll have ourselves a little bit of a break so you can grab yourself some lunch, grab a cup of hot tea, maybe some coffee, an energy drink, whatever you may be drinking here, as we get the high five and the green flag all in one shot from Barney up in the flag stand racing. Once again, 5 laps to go here in the first Conti. Lap easing on and down on the bottom side of the racetrack with the number 1 across the stripe. 4 laps to go. Dave Cassidy all over his back bumper. You can see kind of mirroring his line right now, trying to drift up the racetrack just a little bit to see if they can keep the momentum up. There you see Cassidy going a little bit higher around that time, and you can see really able to close up that gap on the front straightaway. 3 laps to go now. 3 for Dale here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And Lappin is still holding on to the lead. He's got 3-4 car lengths, but Cassidy really good on corner exit. You can see he doesn't quite make anything up, but as soon as he comes out of 4, able to crawl up by about a half a car length before 2. Going to drift up the racetrack once again here in 1 and 2. A lap and a half to go now in this last chance qualifier. Lappin down to the bottom of the racetrack. Cassidy moving on up just a little bit. He's going to slide on back as we take the white flag. White flag once again, and Cassidy going all the way up to that outside wall. Loses a little bit of momentum that time by. Now he's going to shoot down on the bottom side. Gains a little bit there in 3 and 4, but not quite enough. Checkered flag for Lappin. Who's Lappin now? Devin Lappin gets himself a win here in the LCQ. Dave Cassidy, Wade Craswell, and Ashton Reiki going to be the 4 drivers finishing in the top 4. And that's going to be Cormier in the 5th spot as we line up once again. We reset that lap counter for 20 more circuits around Bristol Motor Speedway, and we're going to find out where these cats are going to qualify here in the big show. And you can see we've got 10 more drivers lined on up. Nicholas Noggle going to roll off P1. Greg Snellgrove going to roll off P2. Colton Evernham, Tyler Hallaahan in the row 3. Check that, row 2, positions 3 and 4. We'll figure it out. Brandon Campbell in the 99 car rounding out the top 5. Chris Walsh, Derek Gates, Jake Goodwin, Tim Terry once again joining the field, and Quentin Carpenter going to round out the top 10 drivers, or the 10 drivers in this LCQ field, and we'll see where everyone's going to line up here in the big show. And we saw Tim Terry. He was wheeling that thing in that heat race just a few moments ago, but got caught up in a little bit of calamity there early on in the heat race. So we'll see if he learned anything here in heat race number 2, or we'll see if he's just going to try and put on a show from the wheel of that, or from the seat rather, of that number 28 car. We are rolling once again. We're going to get these guys out on track and figure out where they're going to qualify for the big show here this afternoon. And still time to jump on in and let your friends know that you're watching some iRacing action on a Sunday afternoon, a little Sunday drive here for VidaneTV and Tim's Corner Motorsports, the Tulco Electric Super Late Models 4th Annual Jim Hallahan 333 here at the Last Great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. 333 laps on the docket this afternoon. Always fun to kick off the calendar year here with the big show here on VidaneTV, and keeping track of the points as well. That's going to be a whole lot of fun as we line these drivers up and get ready to take the green flag here. We're going to take another lap, another parade lap, give everybody an opportunity to get a good shot of these cars before they pick up some damage, because I got a feeling after watching that last chance qualifier, we're up for a little bit of a show here with these 10 drivers. 20 laps on the docket, 1 to go as the lights are off in the iRacing pace car. Everybody lined up 2 by 2. Snellgrove and Nalgo up on the front row. Evernham, Hallaahan, and Walsh going to be the top 5 as they take that green flag. And you can see these guys are hungry. They are antsy. They want to get racing. They want to show that their name belongs on the trophy here in the 4th Annual Jim Hallahan 333 at Bristol Motor Speedway. And everybody up on the higher part of the racetrack. That's going to make for some fantastic racing here this afternoon. Green flag flies because the pace car, he gone. He down on pit road. He is going to get himself a corn dog and a Coke, and he's going to tune in on his tablet here on VidaneTV. Fantastic start for Nick Noggle in the 008 car as he's pulled away by about 6 or 7 car lengths over Colton Evernham in that second spot. He's got a side-by-side battle in behind him. Brandon Campbell and Snellgrove going side-by-side for the 3rd and 4th position there. They get it sorted out. Little conveyor belt action as the top 5, 6, 7 cars are pretty much single file there. You can see Gates in the 24 car showing up in your picture. May have had himself a little bit of an issue there on the start. Now in danger of going a lap down here early on in this LCQ. 18 laps to go, and we'll see how the leaders are going to be able to get around. You can see the 24 is going to let them take the bottom side of the racetrack as a lot of the lead lap cars, a lot of the leaders up towards the front, they're going to use that high side to try and pass. So good call there for the 24 car of Gates. Going to go a lap down here early on. Still has a little bit of time to try and make that ground up. He's able to get on pit road here if we do in fact have a caution. But as you can see, that's front 5, 6, 7 cars pretty much single file throughout the field here at this point. Noggle just holding on to it in that 08 car. He's kind of checking the mirror just a little bit, but having himself a nice Sunday drive here at Bristol Motor Speedway with 15 laps to go. The gap between 1st and 2nd. Evernham, he's got his set sight on the back bumper of the 08 car, but not quite able to pull him in just enough here at this point. You can see, though, still focusing on that battle in behind him with Campbell and Snellgrove. A couple of red cars going side by side now for first. Snellgrove going to take a peek down low, not quite anything there. Campbell up into the outside wall just a little bit. I think that's going to be the story of the afternoon. A lot of drivers kind of struggling with that high side. They're able to get the car around, but they need about 2, 3, 4 more feet up on the high side of the track when they come out of turn 3. Everybody's sneaking down through that front straightaway. Campbell using all of the racetrack here at this point to hold on to that 3rd position. He's moving up just a little bit, starting to close on Evernham, but not quite enough to be too much of a danger. He's still got himself a rear view mirror full of that 122 car. Snellgrove going to take a shot down on the bottom side, and back a little bit further in that 33 car. He's moved himself into the 5th position, and he's got a mirror full of Chris Walsh in behind him, but you can see able to pull away just a little bit. Holds on to the pretty wheel there in that 33. Pull away just a little bit. Now he's got his sights set on this side-by-side battle that sorted itself out just a little bit for that P3 spot. Brandon Campbell holding on to it. Snellgrove wants it, and Hallaahan wants to go up here and take both of those spots away, get himself a podium finish here in this LCQ with 8 laps to go. Still chasing Nicholas Ogle in the 08 car. Best battle on the track right now is for third. The 122 is Snellgrove getting down to the bottom side of the racetrack, taking a peek underneath the 99 car, who's up to the outside wall again and again. The 99 giving a little bit of paint scrape off the walls around Bristol Motor Speedway. Slowed him down enough. You can see the 122 was able to close right up to the back bumper, but he's going to go up and he's going to kiss the wall this time around as they cross this stripe. That's going to give the opportunity for the 99 to pull away just a little bit, and all this is going on. Everingham has caught the leader. He's right there within a car length or two of the back bumper with high 5 laps to go here for Barney in the flag stand. Noel has the lead, but for how long? Everingham is there. He has gotten to the back bumper. He's able to get up there and touch the back bumper, but is he going to have enough time to get down and around, or up and around that 08 car as they cross the stripe? 4 laps to go here at Bristol in the last chance qualifier. Still side by side back there between Campbell and Snellgrove for that third spot. We're getting ready to see something heat up here for the lead, though. I don't think Everingham is going to sit back on his laurels here. You can see going a little bit high, wide, and handsome that time, crossing the stripe, getting a little bit squirrely. He's going to get enough momentum once again to get to the back bumper here in at 3 and 4 of the leader, Nick Noggle. But does he have enough to get there? They got 2 popsicle sticks, 2 laps to go here at Bristol, and Everingham is there. He's right to the back bumper now of Nick Noggle, but does he have enough time to get there? Is he going to use the bumper? You can see taking a peek down low in at 3 and 4. White flag, white rag, both 3rd and 4th place. Campbell and Snellgrove get up and hit the wall that time. Now they're side by side. Evernham's got his foot in it. He's going to tuck into the tire tracks. He's got one more run at it, 3 and 4. He's going to dime in the corner, shoot all the way down to the bottom side by side and 4. They touch again. But this time it's Noggle. He's going to hold on to the lead. Everingham there in second. Campbell, Snellgrove, and Goodwin going to be the top 5 as they cross the stripe. Hallaahan going to come home in 6th. Walsh, Terry, Gates, and Carpenter going to round out the 10 drivers here in this one. And man, oh man, we have got a heck of a show coming up here, folks, as we're going to take ourselves a little bit of a break. We're going to take 15 minutes, going to give these guys an opportunity to figure out exactly what's going to go on with their cars, get those final touches on there as well. Going to give us an opportunity here to get reset, re-racked, restacked, and ready to rock and roll here for the forthcoming of the Jim Hallahan at 3:33 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Grab yourself some lunch, grab yourself a drink, come right back here to VidaneTV. We're going to be entertaining the masses. Make sure you tell your friends, tell your family, yell out to the neighbor if you're up in New England and it's snowing, they're out there plowing. Hey, let them know Vidane's coming on here in about 15 minutes. We'll be back, folks. Don't go anywhere, but if you do, just come on back. We'll be here 15 minutes. We'll be here when you get back. We'll have some tea on, too.
47 of Rose, 17 of Wood, your second row. It's going to be a great feature, Tim.
Thomas, you want to help me out here? Ladies and gentlemen, this time by, this is the Maritime Auto Glass Beginner Bandoleros. They'll go 12 laps in their feature go. Let's give them a wave this time and send them off for their feature competition. Well, give them a wave. They'll wave back at you, saluting you for coming out and supporting them on Maritime Auto Glass Night. You've seen some exciting racing so far this evening. You've seen a partial demolition derby. You've seen some good racing. We're getting ready to see some features. Bert, do you have a number for me? 68065. 68065 is your Shriners 50/50 number. If you have that ticket, please see our Shriners at the hut. And if you have it in the pits, please see one of our officials. 915 to the winner. That's a big total. Let's go racing. Shelby Chisholm's your control car, green flag.
We've spoken about the pressure and points on the line. Bristol Matthews looking early to the inside, wants to pick up some points there. There's problems for Wood. 17 of Wood around in turn 2.
Problems for Wood. And he's on the wood to get it around, but that'll draw the caution.
So we'll see here lots of lines possible in these Bandolero cars. This time Bristol Matthews will be on the outside. McKenna Little, again, your 2 championship point contenders in that 44 on the inside this time, as the 12 of Shelby Chisholm leads the field to green.
12 laps on the board for the Bandoleros, and Shelby Chisholm drives it down into turn number 1 and 2. Bristol Matthews quick on the hop, the 99 to the inside of the 92 as they battle for the runner-up position. That was close down into 1 or 3.
Yeah, very close racing there between your top three contenders, the 12, the 99, and the 92. Bristol Matthews now to second, looks to try to put up a charge, but I don't think we're done yet seeing what Emma McMillan has to offer in that 92 car. Your top three sort of breaking out and fanning out a little bit. Bristol trying the inside. Shelby Chisholm up the track. Opens that door for the 99 Mystery Machine car. Scrappy Doo to the inside.
Bristol Matthews is looking for the lead on the 99. Emma McMillan looking pretty sporty in position number 3. She's got a little work to do, though, to get up to the 12 of Shelby Chisholm. What a run for Shelby Chisholm down the front straightaway. Gets to the bumper, gives a little tickle. Can't get there. She had a lot of steam coming down the front straightaway.
Yeah, now's the time to stretch your legs in those cars and try to find your pace to be able to keep that steady, consistent driving up for the rest of the feature. Maybe make a move on your competitor in front of you. As we can see right now, Bristol Matthews very smooth. Can she hold on to it as we approach lap traffic? Ryder Smith about to go down a lap.
Battle for position number 4 as well. McKenna Little looking to hold on over Ireland Rose. Something just a miss on that 44 car.
Yeah, just not quite usually with the pace that it has as they come around now down the backstretch. The 44 leading the 47. That is just outside your podium positions for 4th right now in the feature.
Halfway home. 6 down, 6 to go. As the 99 of Bristol Matthews continues to lead the 12 of Shelby Chisholm. Great run to second. And Emma McMillan in position number 3 as they round the corners number 3 and 4. 7 laps completed. 5 to go for the 99.
5 to go as the 99 continues to lead the 12. There's about equal space between your top 3 cars. Emma McMillan doing a great job with working the whole track from bottom to top, trying to find any ounce of speed they can in that 92, just not quite able to catch up to the 12.
'92 of Emma McMillan trying to chase down the 12 of Shelby Chisholm. 99 continues to drive off with this one with 3 laps to go for the Mini Mystery Machine. They'll come up on Ryder Smith and Braden Wood in short order. The 92 looks like she's making inroads on the 12 of Shelby Chisholm, but I don't know if she's going to get there in time. They're going to come by to the 6.
Yeah, not a lot of time remaining and just slowly reeling in your opponent. Sometimes racing is a game of patience, and we can see that right now as
Yellow, 44.
Tough break for McKenna Little. Just outside of turn 2 there on the back stretch. McKenna gets it going.
So the 99 of Bristol Matthews coming in was even with McKenna Little in the points. Kind of what we saw in that heat race with the legend cars where Gage Gilby was picking up a few points after the Aiden Christensen misstep, per se. Bristol Matthews is standing to gain a lot here, but you better know McKenna Little's going to be up on the wheel here. This is going to be a fantastic 3-lap dash. In the Maritime Autoglass Beginner Bandoleros green flag.
Hammer down for Bristol Matthews. Hammer down for McKenna Little as well. Works to the inside of Ireland Rose and takes back 4th.
Can Little get on the podium? She's got to get one more spot. 2 laps to go this time. Shelby Chisholm had a great run into turn number 4. Look at the speed that she gets down the straightaway.
Yeah, they've got that car hooked up well.
Little up the hill on the 92. Battle for 3rd. It looks like the 99 just handles better around the corner. Compared to that battle, it looks like the 12 has that raw speed, but the 99 can get herself around the corner. Final lap.
Yeah, 99 able to work the very bottom of the track, and sometimes that short...
Oh, Little sideways. Sorry about that,
Ooh.
Richard. The 92 of Emma McMillan's going to the inside. Up in front, Bristol Matthews to victory lane. Matthews wins over... Oh, McKenna, what a save.
Yeah.
We will send Rational Richard down trackside to chat with our top 3. And Rose around at the finish. It's the Smitco Flooring. Car number 99 collecting the checkered flag, folks. Give it up for Bristol Matthews. Richard's getting ready to join me again. Richard, did you hear about the roofer who went to the doctor? I have you muted, so you can't answer anyway. He had shingles. The bubbles jokes are getting better. Here, we'll switch microphones there. This is the Maritime Autoglass Bandolero Division. And on the pole is car number 5. That is Ethan Hicken from New Glasgow. Driver for Robbie's Towing. King Competition among the marketing partners in that one. The 27 is the Wild Child for Dartmouth Metals and Bottles and KMM Mechanical. That is Haley Bland from Lakeview. Car number 13 going to start position number 3. That is Avery DeCoste, the driver from Antigonish for Dr. J. DeCoste Family Eye Clinic and Kent McDougall Accounting. For Compco Sign Design, car number 85, that is Bella Pashkoski, the driver from Beaverbank. The Plum Crazy number 19 for James E. Barkhouse Trucking and Dutchman Undercoating, that's Landon Pierce from Bridgewater. The orange number 45, next up on the grid for Compco Sign Design, that is Brett Pashkoski. The 97 is your championship point leader, driving for Happy Harry's Extreme Windows and Entrance Systems. From Onslow, that is Daniel Vandenberg. Car number 2 for Overall Collision, that is Lily Wynot from Dartmouth, and completing your field of McDonald Automotive Sanders Sign Group. Car number 14, it's Samantha McDonald from Dartmouth. This is a 15-lap feature go for the Maritime Autoglass Bandoleros. Field is doubled up, 9 cars strong behind the Car Star Collision and Glass Pace Truck. Thomas Thomas is on the ball. This time by, folks, let's give these drivers a wave off and send them off for 15 laps of feature competition as they work through corners number 3 and 4. Give them a wave. They'll wave back at you, saluting you for coming out and supporting them on Maritime Autoglass Night. Second of 5. Feature contest this evening on Maritime Autoglass Night. It begins with the 5 of Ethan Hicken and the 27 of Haley Bland. Feature winners starting no greater than 50% of the field size. Well, sort of. They sort of got it right. 19 Landon Pierce, 45 Brett Pashkoski, 97 of Vandenberg are your feature winners from this season. Ethan Hicken's the control car. Here they come. Green flag is out. We're underway. And Bretsky's already 3 wide.
Yeah, right up to that high groove for the 45. Great and ambitious run for him. He'll have to follow in behind Bella in that 85 car now, but up in front, we've got a 2-wide battle between the 5 of Hicken and the 27 of Bland for the lead.
Bland goes wide, allows the 5 to get in. Ethan Hicken leads the 13 of Avery DeCoste. Now begins to look. He's got Landon Pierce on the back bumper, top 5, nose to tail. Up the hill goes DeCoste. To the inside goes Landon Pierce. Pierce for 3rd. Remember that battle between the 19 and the 97 was fierce in that heat race, but it was for like 4th or 5th.
Yeah, they're going to want to duke it out now for podium spots as the 5 of Ethan Hicken able to pull away slowly from the 27 of Haley Bland. Vandenberg to the inside completes that pass for 3rd on the 19 of Pierce.
And a little bobble from the 97 almost allowed the 19 to get back there. There's Landon Pierce let the stamp down into turn number 1. Behind them, Pashkoski gets to the inside of the 13. Avery DeCoste, that car looked evil down into turn number 1.
Hard racing, these drivers have the same cars as the previous beginner division that we just saw. They're just a bit more seasoned at feature racing competition here. 97 of Vandenberg doing what he can to try to reel in that 27 of Haley Bland.
Bland in 2nd, 3rd is Vandenberg with the 19 of Pierce in 4th. Ethan Hicken doing a great job up in front. In car number 5, moved up from the beginner division last season. He's won a couple of outlaw races at Oyster Bed Speedway already this season, looking for a big one here. 6 completed this time for the 5 of Ethan Hicken.
Clean air and clean run so far for that 5 of Ethan Hicken. Landon Pierce driving it into turn 1 there, trying to find something to catch up to Vandenberg. Vandenberg knows it's go time, says I'm heading to the inside of Haley Bland for 2nd. Bland able to shut the door.
Bland gets that run at a turn number 3 and collects position number 2, the 97 of Vandenberg. He got that wide exit at a turn number 2 that last time. Richard was able to get that momentum down the back straightaway. Not as much this time, but he's got a little more oomph behind the wheel of the 97. The 27 team told me they changed motors after Oyster Bed Speedway last week. Again, common theme after last week's race on the island. And battle for 3rd. 19 took a look, and here comes the 45. Bretsky looks to the outside of the orange 45.
Yeah, sometimes you try to make a move and it doesn't work, and now you find yourself on the defense. That's exactly the situation of the Plum Crazy 19 of Landon Pierce right now, having to defend a very hard-charging Brett Pashkoski on the inside. 45 makes it there to the inside, 45 to 4th.
Lily Wynot ahead of the field. The 2 car will go a lap down here as they come by to 5 laps to go. Why not? Goes to the inside. Bland, Hicken, and the 97 of Vandenberg will clear before turn number 1. And look at the run the 97 gets. He's there to the inside. Daniel Vandenberg looking for second on Bland. Bland ships it in on the outside and may be able to clear him again. No, maybe not. 97 looks to the inside one more time.
Yeah, I can't get over the strength of the 27 car. If Haley Bland on that high side, usually you go there and it's a backwards road, but the 27 able to get the power down and keep that corner momentum up, Tim.
What a seesaw battle. Look at the 27 to the inside. Haley Bland says it's time to go. Bland looking for the lead on the 5. New leader, Haley Bland.
Purple may be the theme of the evening, Tim, as the 27 leads right now the field ahead of the 5. Bella Pushkoshki in the 85 about to go a lap down.
2 to go. Ethan Higgins on the back bumper looking to get back to victory lane. These two looking for their first outlaw win here at the Speed World. Vandenberg trying to crash the party, as is Pashkoski, as is Pierce. They come by this time to the white flag. Final lap for Haley Bland, and it's a battle for second behind her. Daniel Vandenberg to the inside, looks for the runner-up spot up the hill, and here comes Pashkoski, 3 wide behind Haley Bland. Through 3 and 4, Bland's a feature winner. She takes the checkered.
What a dash at the end as she collects the checkered flag this time. Folks, give it up for the 27 of Haley Bland. A fast and exciting victory lap for Haley Bland. We throw it down for interviews with Tim Terry.
Daniel Vandenberg, points leader, finishes in second. No, it's not the position that you wanted to, but the top 6 were all over each other there.
Yeah, it was not what I wanted, but we able to make it happen. It's hard coming from the back when these two could start at the front, but it is what it is, and I'm happy we brought it home one piece.
2 races to go. How big are you thinking points for this championship?
I just got to finish both races and just got to finish. Mostly can't DNF.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Daniel Vandenberg. Over here to Ethan Hicken. Ethan goes over to congratulate Haley Bland. Again, I know it's not the finish that you wanted to, but you got to be happy with the podium here.
Yeah, we came tested last Saturday. Got it figured out, and it's fun racing up here with all the Daniel and Haley and the 45. So it's pretty good.
So what do you got to do the next time you're back to get this win?
I'm not quite sure yet.
No pressure on the old man next week at Petty, eh?
No.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Ethan Hicken, and over here to Haley Bland. What a battle at the end. You held them off. What was going through your mind those last couple laps?
I was just thinking patience is key, slower in is faster out, and just try to have a clean race, not cut anyone off, not block anyone, and keep it clean.
It has been a struggle a little bit this season, broken parts, wrong side of the inch. What does it mean to finally pick up this win?
I'm just so grateful for everyone that's helped out, like all my sponsors, my family, all the friends that help out, my grandparents, everyone that's been here and supporting me all year.
Big win.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Haley Bland, folks. Give it up for your feature winner in your top 3 in the Maritime Autoglass Bandoleros.
47 of Rose, 17 of Wood, your second row. It's going to be a great feature, Tim.
Thomas, you want to help me out here? Ladies and gentlemen, this time by, this is the Maritime Autoglass Beginner Bandoleros. They'll go 12 laps in their feature go. Let's give them a wave this time and send them off for their feature competition. Come on, give them a wave. They'll wave back at you, saluting you for coming out and supporting them on Maritime Autoglass Night. You've seen some exciting racing so far this evening. You've seen a partial demolition derby. You've seen some good racing. We're getting ready to see some features. Bert, do you have a number for me? 68065. 68065 is your Shriners 50/50 number. If you have that ticket, please see our Shriners at the hut. And if you have it in the pits, please see one of our officials. 915 to the winner. That's a big total. Let's go racing. Shelby Chisholm's your control car, green flag.
We've spoken about the pressure and points on the line. Bristol Matthews looking early to the inside, wants to pick up some points there. There's problems for Wood. 17 of Wood around in turn 2.
Problems for Wood. And he's on the wood to get it around, but that'll draw the caution.
So we'll see here lots of lines possible in these Bandolero cars. This time Bristol Matthews will be on the outside. McKenna Little, again, your 2 championship point contenders in that 44 on the inside this time, as the 12 of Shelby Chisholm leads the field to green.
12 laps on the board for the Bandoleros, and Shelby Chisholm drives it down into turn number 1 and 2. Bristol Matthews quick on the hop. The 99 to the inside of the 92 as they battle for the runner-up position. That was close down into 3.
Yeah, very close racing there between your top 3 contenders, the 12, the 99, and the 92. Bristol Matthews now to second, looks to try to put up a charge, but I don't think we're done yet seeing what Emma McMillan has to offer in that 92 car. Your top 3 sort of breaking out and fanning out a little bit. Bristol trying the inside. Shelby Chisholm up the track. Opens that door for the 99 Mystery Machine car. Scrappy Doo to the inside.
Bristol Matthews is looking for the lead on the 99.
Hey, you guys! Took a little bit to get everybody lined up on the front straightaway there, but it looks like we've got all 29 drivers lined up to put on some racing action here for the 4th Annual Jim Hallahan 333 here at the Last Great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. How we feeling this afternoon, folks? A little Sunday afternoon drive here for the Tulco Electric Super Late Model Series, TCM, kicking off the 2024 calendar year with a bang. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the broadcast booth. We've got ourselves a little bit of rotating in-car coverage from a lot of our drivers throughout the field here tonight. Once, well, I don't want to say once they get into trouble, but if they do find themselves in trouble, they know they've all got keys to the broadcast booth, and we'll be able to take a peek, or we'll be able to listen in to some inside information from some of those drivers. How about this powerhouse front row? Brett Suggs getting the pole, going to elective start down on the bottom side. Dustin Mumberket in the number 16, going to be up on the high side. Ashton Tucker, Tanton Woldridge, a powerhouse pair in the second row as well. Caden Tuss, Brett Byron going to roll off in 5th and 6th. Ryan Libby, Brake Thronberg, rather, going to roll off 7th and 8th. Dylan Black, Devin Laffin going to round out the top 10. Nicholas Noel in the 08 car, very fast earlier on. He's going to roll off P11. There you see Dave Cassidy in the 113. Ryan, he's going to roll off in 12th. Colton Evernham up in the points in the 48 car, going to roll off 13th. Wade Craswell quick in that 67 car, rolling off P14. The double nines, BC99, Brandon Campbell going to roll off 15th with Ashton Reekie there on the outside in 16th. Greg Snellgrove, Justin Cormier, Jake Goodwin, and Doug Murphy going to round out the top 20. Tyler Hallaahan going to roll off P21. Austin Thiel, Chris Walsh, Danny Vitch there in 24th. And as we get towards the end of the pack, Josh Langell, Derek Gates, Quentin Carpenter, Chris Roma, and our own Tim Terry going to start the race here tonight. If he's going to finish, we're not sure, but he's going to start the show here this afternoon, and that's going to be entertaining, to say the very least. We are live all over the heckin' internet. We're on VidaneTV's YouTube page. We're on Tim's Corner Motorsports YouTube page. We're taking the green flag. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. We're not quite on TikTok, but we are Green Flag Racing. and Brett Suggs able to break away by about a car length, but he loses that lead very, very quickly there in the back straightaway. Dustin Mumbercat gets back down to the bottom side of the racetrack. That 16 car going to lead the first lap here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Brett Suggs going to move on up the racetrack just a little bit. Trouble for Chris Walsh in the back. We stay green flag racing. The front three, the front four. Now single file. The first side-by-side battle is going to be for fifth between Tufts and Byron. Crazy Byron in the 22 car. He's up on that high side of the racetrack. A lot of times we'll see that high side kind of drift back just a little bit, but throughout practice, heat laps and our heat racing, qualifying, all that good stuff, we've seen that high side later on in a run. And I gotta say, we're gonna see a lot of these drivers moving up the racetrack. There you see Tufts gonna move on up into that fifth position. Pulling out the top five. The 22 machine of Byron gonna slide on back in trouble in behind. And we got a couple of cars around. 3 cars up in the wall, 4 cars up in the wall. We are under caution for the very first time. Everingham involved as well. There's BC99 getting on through. Craswell getting a piece of the action. There's the 46 car of Libby stopped right at the exit of pit road. That is a tough spot to be in, especially when we've got such a long way to go here in this one. We'll pull up U-House Racing Design Instant Replay and take a peek at the calamity here early on in this one. And it's going to be a lot of cars down on pit road, as it looks like, to get some of this damage repaired, as there were some big hits in that outside wall, and we're going to give it to you here in the real time. Then up on the high side, so far, there's the contact with the wall. The 22 and the 26 running out of real estate. Craswell gets a big shot. Here comes the 92 car barreling in. There's the shot from Everingham. The pace car going to come out here as well. Back up and take a peek at what's going on with Doug Murphy as he just kind of careened himself into that wreck. And it looks like there might have been some contact. Driver in front of him slowing up just a little bit. You hear the wreck. There's the bump, and you can see the 92 really had nowhere to go. There's Everingham as well. Door gets closed there. That's a big hit for the 92 car. Luckily, it's iRacing, so we can get down there on pit road, get that thing reset. But that's going to take out a handful of cars down on pit road. There you see Ashton Riki in the 26 ride. That car not looking so comfortable. That flannel looks like it got a little bit crumbled up there in the 26 car. Blake Thronberg down on pit road as well. Quentin Carpenter, Josh Langell, Chris Walsh, Brandon Campbell, Doug Murphy, all down on pit road for extensive repairs. And that's going to be tough to bounce back here in the late goings or in the early goings of this one, working lap number 8. We should be getting the one to go this time by. We're live all over the internet, trying to take over as we do here at VidaneTV. We're on YouTube for VidaneTV. We're on Facebook for VidaneTV and Tim's Corner Motorsports. We're over on Twitch, twitch.tv/strictly94. Got to give a shout out to everybody over tuning into the Twitch stream today from the Grand Theft Auto world. Always cool to have that little bit of crossover with the real racing, sim racing, GTA, video games, bunch of nerd stuff going on over there on Twitch. Be sure to drop a follow as well. And one of the big goals here for 2024 here at VidaneTV is to get the opportunity to go live over on TikTok. And we're going to be posting a lot of different shorts, different reels, highlight video packages, all sorts of good stuff over on the TikTok. And once we hit that 1,000 follower mark on that TikTok app, that gives us the ability to go live. And we're not going to stream the regular race broadcast over there on TikTok. No. We're going to stream a little behind the scenes action. You'll be able to watch me yell into this microphone and smash these buttons and carry on, see what goes on behind the scenes here at VidaneTV HQ, easy enough for me to say, to get these shows out onto the interwebs, out into the airwaves, so we can entertain the masses as we like to do here at VidaneTV. 10 laps in the books for the 4th annual running Hallaahan 333 here at the Last Great Coliseum. The lights are off. We've taken that one to go once again, lined up 2 by 2 all the way through. Dustin Mumbercat going to be down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Brett Suggs up on the top side. Little throwback. The Bass Pro Shops 3 car rolling off here at Bristol. Green flag flies once again, and Mumbercat gets a huge hole shot down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to be able to pull away by 2 or 3 car lengths as they pull out of 2. about 8, 9, 10 places here. As you can see, Dave Cassidy, Dylan Black, Austin Field, Devin Lappin all in the mix here. And there's that ace car that we saw earlier on, Devin Lappin, Matt Black, numbers. Good luck for that ace car. And you see Calamity all over the racetrack, trying different things, all over the high side, the bottom side. Some of these guys up in the front 8, front 10. Oh, trouble, Byron gets a bump. He straightens it back out. Save of the century for that 22 car of Brett Byron here on lap 14. We stay clean. We stay green. Great heads-up driving from that 22 car. That's going to hold on to a top 10 spot for right now. Roman's going to take a peek down low and try and take away that 10th spot. Going to tuck back into the tire tracks for the time being. But man, oh man, that's one of those saves that's going to take you 2-3 laps at least. Knock the cobwebs out. Get your focus back and get focused back on the task at hand and driving out the windshield and making sure that we stay to it. You can see these drivers coming out of turn 4. They run out of racetrack quick. They get up into that outside wall. They hug that thing, and once you get this car up into the wall, you can't turn it out. You can't turn left. You can break it away. It's almost like they're super there on the front straightaway. If somebody does it up 3-4 car lengths up ahead of you, you're going to follow them right up there. It's a tough thing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. There you see Hallaahan tucking back in behind Cormier in the 11th and 12th spot. Chasing out Chris Como a little further up to that 10th spot. There's a massive move there from Noggle in the 08 car, going to try and get down and around the 33 car. Not quite enough room to clear. And there we go. Slides on up and goes back up to the top of the racetrack. Lap number 20. They're all chasing Dustin Bombercat, and that 16 machine still has about 2 car lengths over the 3 machine of Brett Suggs. Ashton Tucker up in the mix as well. He's tucked in to that back bumper. Top 4, top 5. Kind of broken away just a little bit. Ken Woldridge in that 56 car is up in the mix. Caden Tubbs in the double I. He is there as well. They've kind of broken away in the front 5. A little bit further on back, Dave Cassidy in the 113 Bud machine. Caden Tubbs a couple of spots. Austin Field, biggest mover, second biggest mover of the race. He's gone climbed 15 spots up to the 7th spot, lapping right in behind him. He's still in the top 10, holding on to 8. Brett Byron with that monster save, slide back just a couple of spots, but still going forward, still pointed in the right direction. No damage there on that Challenger as well. Chris Romo, we may mention, still in the 10th spot. He's the biggest mover of the race so far. He's climbed 17 spots from 27th up to 10th right now, and I don't think he's done climbing. I think he's going to try and break into top 10, top 5, and maybe see what he can do with that podium here later on. You got a long way to go. You got a lot of pit stops, a lot of racing action here at the last great Coliseum. So we will see what goes down for sure for Chris Roma right in behind him. He's got a little side-by-side battle between Justin Cormier in the 30 car, Nick Doggle in the 08 car, looking very, very sporty in that Mobil 1 ride. Taylor Hallaahan back here in 13th, Rick Snowgrove and Dylan Black there as well. 14th and 15th, Danny Mitch there in 16th. How about this guy? Tim Terry in the 28 car. He's gained 12 spots where he qualified. That is the Tim Terry. That's the big boss man. Well, there he goes. He's in it. He's up to the wall. See, that's how you can always tell when these drivers are watching VidaneTV on the tablet or whatever. They got it tucked to the dashboard in the cars there. They hear their name. They get up to the outside wall. Throwback there for Tim Terry. That baby keeps like 20 years old. He's been doing this race for a long time. Brandon Campbell out now side by side with Tim Terry. How about that? Tim Terry was up in front of EC99 for a little bit, still is. Nope, there he goes. Campbell's going to get down and around it. He's going to try and cross up into him. Puts Tim Terry in the wall. No bueno for the 99. No bueno for the 28. He's going to lose a whole bunch of track position and rejoin the back of the field here, getting tucked in behind Wade Craswell, Chris Walsh there as well. That's Ricky in that mix as well, but he's a lap down in that 26 car. So got a little bit of an uphill climb for some of those guys in the back of the pack. They're all still chasing Bombercat though. 0.4 of a second the lead between he and Suggs in second. Caution flag flies, trouble in the impact. There you see Noel and Hallaahan involved in it. Yellow flag flies here at the last Great Coliseum. And we'll back up the U-House Racing Designs instant replay to find out exactly what went down. And it looked like it was one of those racing disagreement. Couple drivers going for that same real estate lease 30 and the 08 car involved. Hallaahan does a good job getting slowed down. It gets a little bit of damage. Danny Finch gets slowed down just enough in that Major Mellon Mountain Dew number 29 car. He's going to be able to skate by with no damage. The 08 car looked like he was going to go say hi to Tim Terry, waving with all of his fingers, it looks like. Pretty sure. He grabs the gear and he's going to spin on around and get that thing pointed in the right direction. Tough when you get spun, when you spin out like that in the racing groove and there's cars coming at you from every which angle. Tough to get around that, tough to get out of the way as well. Brandon Campbell going to use this opportunity to come down pit road in the 99 car. He's going to join Justin Cormier, Wade Craswell, Doug Murphy, all getting some repairs here as well. Looks like everybody else going to stay out for right now. Here on lap 33 of 33, Dustin Monberquette holding on to the lead. Brett Suggs there in second. Tucker, Woldridge, and Tufts going to be the top 5 as they run. And there you see that, I believe that was the 19 car of Thronberg going to drive around the field and regain the lead lap position. So good news for that camp. They're going to be back racing for a lead lap spot here in this one. 29 drivers taking the green flag here in the 4th annual Hallaahan 333 at the Last Great Coliseum. And again, live all over the place. We're on Facebook, we're on VidaneTV's YouTube page, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, and we're trying to get live on TikTok. We need those follower counts, so once we get 1,000 followers over on that TikTok page, we'll be doing it live there as well. And it's not going to be the regular broadcast stream that you're used to seeing here on VidaneTV. You're going to get behind the scenes action, so that'll be fun to take a peek at. We're working at lap 34 here under caution for the second time. A little bit of an incident in the middle of the pack, but they've gotten it all sorted out. Sorted out. You see Tim Terry going to come down, try and get some of that damage repaired. Good showing for Tim Terry in that 29 car. Nope, just kidding. He's going to drive past the pit crew and he's going to say hello to Brandon Campbell. And then the 99 car. Yeah, you got to wonder that Reaper car is probably going to come up. But he's probably not waving with all of his fingers at that point. But they're going to rejoin the tail end of the field here. We're going to rejoin the leader, Dustin Monberquette, still holding on to that top spot. Suggs, Tucker, Woldridge, and Tufts. Easy enough for me to say. That's 5 names that's really hard to say in the top 5 like that, right in a line. There's some tongue twisters going on in that, but we got it all sorted out here at VidaneTV. Tulco Electric Super Late Models here. We are racing 4 points in the Tulco Electric Super Late Model Series, as well as the TCM Winter Series. Going to be rejoining Tuesday night, Wingnut Productions. Late Model Stock's going to come back to the air. We got a lot of stuff coming on VidaneTV this week. Wednesday night, the Turn 4 podcast, Winter Series returns. Thursday night, the NEP Series is going to be live on VidaneTV as well. And we're happy to announce the RBR, easy enough for me to say, holy smokes, RBR Maritime Group going to be rejoining us. They're going to be racing here on Monday nights. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. And we got some racing action coming up, some super trucks. Some long super truck racing potentially on Friday nights, rejoining all of the groups that we work with here on VidaneTV. We might be doing some coverage for the Daytona 24. We'll see what goes on. We've got a couple of coals in that fire, but definitely pay attention to the social media outlets. He takes the green flag once again, going to cross the stripe here for lap number 37. Another beautiful hole shot there for Monberquette. He's going to be able to pull in to the lead by about a car length to maybe 3 car lengths over Brett Suggs. Suggs slides up the track just a little bit. Dan Woldridge is there. He's all over the back bumper of that 3 car as Ashton Tucker, who's going to tuck into the fourth position. Caden Tufts, Austin Peel up there as well. Peel having a monster run, 16 spots up from where he qualified. He's going to be the first driver to jump on that high side and try and get around Caden Tufts in that 00 car. And we've seen that high line work as we get more rubber put down the racetrack. Practice, qualifying, heat races, all that stuff. Side-by-side battle. 4-5 is heating up. It is between Thiel. It is between Tufts. Thiel's going to hold on to the spot in that 09 car. He's going to slide in front of Caden Tufts in the 00. He's going to take away that 5th position. And now set his sights on the back bumper of the 2 car. Ashton Tucker sees him. He moves up the track just a little bit to try and take the line away, try and take away a little bit of the fresh air up in that high side, but it doesn't seem like it's slowing that car down. Austin Thiel, he's on rails on that high side. He gets right up to the back bumper, gives a little bit of a tap. Tucker going to move on to the high side. Now they're side by side. That 09 car tried to get up to the high groove once again, but Tucker was there. Spotter called him not clear, and there's door handle as they come out of turn number 4. Tucker has his spot for the time being. But man, oh man, that 09 car is there. He's going to take another shot down to the bottom side. Gets right up to the back bumper with a little bit of an assist, it looked like, from Caden Tubbs, giving a little shot. There you see some contact between the 09 and the 00. They keep it straight, keep it pointed in the right direction. And there you see the 09 going to shoot back up to that high side and try and drive down the banking to see if he can catch back up with the 2 car, and he does. How about that drive for the 09 car? As gets right back up to the bumper of Ashton Tucker, and the front 3, they've pulled away by just a little bit. And I think at this point, if they're able to get some clean air on that 09 car, they might have themselves someone to deal with in Austin Thiel. He's still trying to get around the Tucker machine, but not quite able to set him up as he wants to. He's got a windshield full of Caden Tubbs. Tubbs still trying to get back into the 6th position, back into the 5th position, taking a peek down low on the 09 car. Nothing quite there this time by. Doesn't quite have enough momentum to see if he can get down and around that 09 car. And you can see they're still chasing down the 2. They're still chasing down the leaders, though. Justin Marquette, Brett Suggs, Dan Woolridge, they're all lined up and pulled away. And you can see it's quite the gap now from first to second. 0.6 of a second. Burkett has over Brett Suggs as they cross the stripe. Lap number 47 in the book. Suggs there in second. Kent Woolridge there as well. We've been kind of following this battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. The drivers starting to rejoin here up in the second half of the top 10. There's Dave Cassidy having a solid run in the 113 car. Brett Byron looks like he's gotten everything saved. Gotten everything regathered rather as far as the thoughts and confidence from that monster save about 20 laps ago here. Full sideways, full send in the 22, and he gets it sorted back out, still able to hold on to the top 10. And there you see it, Caden Tubbs has the front row seat. The 09 car going to take a peek down low on Ashton Tucker. He gets up to the front bumper, doesn't quite have enough momentum to clear him. As you can see, really trying to utilize the bottom side of the racetrack, drifts up to the middle groove just a bit. Big wiggle there for the 09 car down the bottom side. It seems like that car handles better on the high side, which is trouble for the rest of the field here. Oh, contact. A little bit of a blink there as well. Ashton Tucker holds on to it. A shot from the 09 car into the door. They come out of turn 4. The 09 going to lead, well, not lead that lap, but he's going to lead this battle. The 2 car going to drift all the way up to the outside wall, giving as much room as he can to the 09 car. The 09 holding on to the bottom side. May have enough to slide on up. Not quite enough there. Big wiggle there for the 09 car. Still doesn't quite have enough to get up in front of Tucker. Tucker holding on to the 2 car. Up on the high side, Caden Tubbs just waiting for either one of these cats to make a mistake. You can see the 09 car trying to throw the psyche, trying to throw the focus off of the 2, weaving back and forth there on the back straightaway. That gets up there, gives him a high five with the right-hand side of the car. They both keep it straight. They are still racing side by side, heading into 3. And there you see the 09 giving it that little wiggle once again, trying to break the concentration of Ashton Tucker. Going to drift up big in front of the 2 car, making a little bit of contact. That opens the door for the 00 of Caden Tubbs, who's down to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to get around the 2 car. He's going to follow the 09. The 09 finally gets up in front of Ashton Tucker, and I think that is trouble for the leaders. That 09 car is going to have himself a little bit of fresh air on the nose of that car to try and catch up. You can already see pulling away now from this battle in behind him. Caden Tubbs going to move on up to the 5th position. Tucker back to 6th, and they get it sorted out here. For the time being, the 09 car going to try and get set back up and see if he can pull away from this calamity in behind him. They're slapping up in the 8 car on the high side, a little side-by-side action with him and Dan Cassidy in the 113. Dash Langell up in the mix as well. Lots of fans at that Langell 18 ride. He's showing why he's got a little chance. He's up 16 spots from where he qualified. Chris Ruma in the mix here as well. Dylan Blackwell and Everham here as well as we work lap number 57. Leader Burkett, he's checked out. He's having himself a Sunday drive here at the last Great Coliseum. Almost a full second lead now over Brett Suggs, who still has Dan Woolridge right there in tow. You can see those 3 guys really able to kind of save the equipment, ease into the corners. They're going to be able to save some tires for the later running of this race. There you see Caden Tubbs. He's broken in to the 4th position. He's got around the 09 car of Thiel, and you can see they're starting to stretch the gap a little bit after Tucker in the 2 car. still holding on to 6, Brett Byron, and Devin Lappin, rather. In 6 and 7, Josh Langell, Dylan Black, the top 10 as they run. Colton Evernham on the outside looking in. He is in that 11th spot. Brent Snellbrook up in the mix as well, having a solid run to 122. Chris Roma, he's up 13 spots. He's running in the 14th position right now. There's Brandon Campbell, the 99 car, moving a little bit closer to the outside of the top 10. Currently in the 15th spot. You can see all these drivers at one point or another getting up into that outside wall as they come out of turn number 4. Just giving that wall a little bit of a kiss, a little bit of a high side with the race car. Rick Hohenberg back in the 16th spot. Chris Wall, Tyler Hallaahan here as well, still up in the mix. Derek Gates in the 24 car. Danny Bitch, Tim Terry, not quite with the pack. He's a little bit further on back. Curtis Ford just outside the top 20, but still moving with it. Wade Craswell, Nick Doggo and Ashton Reekie still on the lead lap. Nope, those are the first 3 drivers on one lap now. So 21 drivers on the lead lap currently here at this point. Working lap number 64. Big field here starting as well. 29 cars taking the green flag, and they're all chasing Dustin Monbarquette in that number 16 car. He's got about 8/10 of a second lead now over Suggs and Woldridge. Suggs able to pull away from that 3rd spot just a little bit, putting a little bit of distance between he and Tanton Woldridge. Caden Tubbs doing the same thing with everybody in behind him. He's able to pull away from the 09 car along the field. Has been having an impressive drive in that 09 car. He can carry off the pace. I think he's had enough in that 28 car. He might be stopping for a quick break, and I get that. These super late models are tough to drive, especially here at the half-mile last great Coliseum. Mashing all my words together here. That's how we do it. Brett Byron in the 22 car, still having himself a heck of a drive as well. Running in the 7th spot right now, Devin Lampton on the outside. They're both trying to chase down Ashton Tucker, who sees the side-by-side battle in behind him. He's able to kind of drive away just a little bit. Josh Manson, the 18th car, is here. So is the 08 to Dylan Black. Colton Evernham just a little bit further on back, kind of taking a peek, looking in. He's got a mirror full of Snell Grove, and it's pretty single file, pretty much conveyor belt racing here for the time being. Some really good opportunities for these drivers to kind of get everything sorted out as far as these long green flag runs. What are the tires doing? What are the cars doing? How is the handling reacting as we're burning off fuel and we're lightening up the back of the race car? These are all things that these guys are able to kind of work on when they're single file here at this point. I mean, yes, granted, they are still racing. They're still doing a 3-way dance here for the second half of the top 10, but they're able to do their homework here as well. You see the 08 car of Black has some damage up on the front of that car. He's using that chrome horn, and he's trying to get up towards the front of the pack just a little bit, trying to get around Josh Langell here. A little bit of a slide from the 22, a couple of cars up, but keeps it pointed in the right direction and holds on to it. And a little bit of damage on the right side of that car. Doesn't seem like it's slowing him down too much. Snowgrove and Cassidy, they're battling it out here for 13th and 14th. There's Froberg right in the mix as well. A little bit further on back. Walsh gets tied up in an earlier incident. Still doing battle up here. Kenny Mitchell, the 29 car, going to find himself pointed in the wrong direction. Some big damage there for the 29 as well. And that's going to get us under caution for the 3rd time here this afternoon at Bristol. And we'll back up the U-House Racing Designs instant replay and find out what went down. And it looks like it might have been out of its control here at this point, but we'll let the tape do the talking here. U-House Racing Designs instant replay coming at you full speed, focusing that 29 car as he was going in the wrong direction. There you see that's the 92 car seems to lose it on his own apparently, and we'll back that up. We'll back that up, take a peek at it, because that's a little bit sus. We'll take a peek, though. As you can see, Doug Murphy, the 92 car, hits the apron. All right, big slide down the bottom side. I see it. Big move. I take it back. And a big hit there from the 92 car as well. But we've been seeing that all night long, all afternoon long, as these drivers come out of turn number 4. Big wiggle from the back of the car, and they trying to get it corrected. Overcorrect just a little bit. And up to the outside wall. Danny Mitch there involved as well. What this is doing is it's a big opportunity for everybody to come down pit road here, and it looks like there's a little bit of confusion as far as the two pit roads. I think that's a closed pit entry. back in the background. Not sure how that works out, but we will see for sure as everybody on the lead lap has come down pit road to try and get themselves some tires, maybe get some of the damage repaired, and seeing what they can do. Not really much they can do with the handling of the cars here, but it's going to get everybody kind of sorted back out. Right now, Josh Langell being scored as the leader, but we still have some drivers down on pit road. Noggle, Campbell, Snellgrove, Hallaahan, Walsh, Craswell, Reiki, and Murphy all down still on pit road, getting some extensive repairs. It's been a little bit of calamity here at Bristol. A couple of single car incidents, a couple of small multi-car incidents, but definitely still a little bit of tangliness going on here at Bristol. Working lap number 76 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the 4th Annual Hallaahan 333. I got to thank everybody for joining us here on a Sunday afternoon racing. A little Sunday drive here for Tim Scoter Motorsports. The Tulco Electric Super Late Models coming at you on a Sunday afternoon, and we are live all over the internet. Hey, there's Tim Terry up on the outside. Tim is a lap down. Tim is going to be the free pass car. He's going to rejoin the lead lap in that number 28 car, and it's been a great showing so far here this afternoon, and that's going to give us the one to go. Lights off on the iRacing pace car, and we're going to get racing once again. And we are live all over the internet. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. Give us the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the follows, especially the likes. The likes help us out with the algorithm, and it helps us get out on the airwaves just a little bit better. Easy enough for me to say. As we want to entertain the masses, but we need the masses to know that we're here, and the best way to do that is smash that like button on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. And the share's good too. Hey, if it's snowing, let the neighbors know you're watching VidaneTV. We still got over 200 laps to go here in the big one. Green flag flies once again. Sutton and up in the top two. Evernham, Monberquette, and Tuff as they take the restart, and it mixes up just a little bit, and it mixes up big in the back. Caution flag flying once again. We are stacking them up, and it looks like Noggle's involved. Cassidy in the 13 car. Yellow, 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 yellow. We'll pull up the US Racing Science instant replay and pop that up once again. And it's tough here at Bristol because a lot of times if you can get through an incident, you don't really have to worry about it too much. But a lot of times when you get the racing groove blocked off like that, it's tough to get around. For sure, but we'll pop it up here on the YRD instant replay. We'll take a look from the drone cam. Again, shout out to Mr. AC4, Cardinale jumping on in. Clutch, big hit for the 99 car. There's another big hit for the 09. Riki in the 26 is Volve, laughing in the 8 car, getting a piece of that action as well. Let's back that up just a little bit, see if we can pull it up a little bit closer up towards the front here. Focus in on that 99 car. He hit hard. He hit an absolute ton. See, coming out of the corner, everything looks good. And that's laughing in the 8 car, pointing in the wrong direction. That's a tough spot to be in because we've seen as these drivers come out of 2 and as they come out of 4, they lose the back end of the car. They get a little bit sideways. And unfortunately, they really tough to control the car there at that point. So let's see what the issue was with Laughing, though. You can see they were a little bit 3 wide. So kind of long-term storytelling here with the YRD replay. This is 22 Byron. Laughing down the bottom side, almost 3 wide. Oh, the 09 car up there gets a little how you do. Gets that hit from the 99 car. Right in the driver's door. The Ashton Riki machine getting a piece of it. Noggle in the 08 car getting tore up there as well. Let's see what that felt like from on the inside of the car, shall we? Take a look at the old cockpit cam, as it were, and there you see everything looking a-okay here at this point, getting into the corner, and there's the wall, and just wham, big hit, huge hit. You can almost hear the 99 car talking trash through all that. That's how as close as those drivers were in that, but you can see that's probably going to be it for the 8 car. They are down on pit road, extensive repairs for the laughing machine. Not a laughing matter. Getting wrecked is never any fun, but it's fun following these leaders. Brett Suggs back on point, running the 3 Bass Pro Shops little throwback car to the Dale Earnhardt days. Light still on top of the pace car, so We're going to get everybody kind of resorted. Everybody's going to grab their belts, pull them tight, get a little sip of the beverage, and get racing once again. And one of the cool things that we've noticed with these TCM drivers is every now and again, you get some of these drivers under caution popping in the chat saying hello, letting us know what's going on with the cars. So always keep an eye out for that. Craig Telly popping in the chat earlier on. Weekends are tough for him. Well, weekends are tough for everybody, man. It's I get it. But we're racing here. Usually see Tully in the field. Craig Tully going to be bringing the RBR Maritime group back to the airwaves here on Monday nights. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Presenting sponsor jumping in, saying hello in the chat. Darren McKinnon jumping in on the Facebook chat. Folks all over the place. Pat Healy jumping in, the Laker News. He is in the over the YouTube chat. He's rooting for Tanton and Ashton. They're having themselves a good run up in the top 5. We're live on Twitch as well, and that Twitch is going to be full of Grand Theft Auto later on today. I think we're going to open some eyes on the new world we found over there with Project Road. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Lined up 2x2 once again. Lights off on the iRacing pace car. Getting ready to do battle once again here at the last great Coliseum. Green flag flies. And there's one of those monster restarts there that we are used to seeing out of Brett Suggs. Dustin Lumber. Kent is going to jump right in and shoot that second spot. They're going to drive away here at this point. Those guys are going to work together all race long. They're able to pull away by just a little bit now over Colton Evernham. He's gained himself 10 spots. Josh Mitchell from 18 spots. They're in the 4th position as David Dustin down on the bottom side by side in behind them as well. As we begin, Blake Kronberg doing battle for the 5th and 6th position. Ashton Tucker still in there as well. Big save earlier on from the 22 car, Brett Byron, Chris Roma, and Tyler Hallaahan just on the outside of the top 10 looking in. Hallaahan having a good recovery in that second pack in that orange car, that orange 33 ride, and he's going to try and get up into this mix and battle it out for a top 10 position here in the big show, working lap number 87, 333 on the docket. And man, oh man, it has been a heck of a racing afternoon so far, and we still got a long way to go. As you can see, Brett Suggs still not able to pull away too much. He's got a couple of car lengths now over Mumbercat. You can see Good Ride having some issues there off the pace down in the bottom of your screen, off the racing group. We stay clean, we stay green, and we cross the right. Brett Suggs now able to pull away just a little bit. You can see Mumbercat able to close it back up on a corner exit. Front 10 have still single file broken away here. Mumbercat there in 2nd, Evernham in 3rd, Langell Kronberg in top 5 up. Byron Roma, the top 10, and Tyler Hallaahan going to break into the top 10. How about that? He's going to get around the 08 car of Dylan Black, Black car. There he's up in front of Dylan Black, trying to chase down Chris Roma as we work at lap number 91. Black going to take a lead down on the bottom side, back and forth, side by side for that covenant 10th position. Ray Snowbrook and Austin Field back here as well. We saw that 9 car drop back after pit stop. But that 09 is bad fast as we've seen throughout the race up in the top 5. He's on the outside of the top 10 looking in right now, but really a driver off. He's able to get around the 33 of Hallaahan. Set his sights now on the driver up in front of him. That's going to be Dylan Black. Ashton Tucker dropping back just a little bit after pit stop. The 2 car currently running in the 13th spot. It's Gary Gates in the 24 car. Rusty machine, if you will. Ready to rims on that one as well. Greg Snowgrove there in the 1-2-22 car, and I don't believe I'm saying this here on lap number 24. But there's Tim Terry still on the lead lap, rocking P16 in front of Nicholas Noel, and having himself a solid run in the old late model 28 car, little throwback paint scheme from, I think that's like a 20-year-old paint scheme. We'll have to ask him about the story behind that. But they're all chasing Suggs. Suggs is pulling away a little bit, about 3/10 of a second over Mumbercat. Evernham there in 3rd, Langell and Kronberg, top 5 as they run. Conveyor belt action here in the first lap, number 96. Everybody chasing down the leader, Brett Suggs. And this is one of those things that you really don't want to watch happen if you're one of the drivers in the field here. When Brett Suggs gets clean air on the front of any kind of race car here in the iRacing service, he is usually able to pull away. You can see Mumbercat, though, able to hold right with him. And we've kind of seen that all afternoon long so far here in the first third of the race. There's been 1, 2, maybe 3 cars that'll line up and pull themselves away just a little bit, then we get that quick caution to kind of reset everything, and we get back under the attack. This is the opportunity, we made mention earlier on, there's a couple of drivers, most of the drivers here that were in the LCQs. They were able to get 20 laps of green flag racing and do a little bit of homework and see what these cars are going to do on these long green flag runs, and that definitely benefits a lot of the drivers. Little battle for the lead, heating up just a bit. Mumbercat going to take a peek down low on the bottom side and see if he can use that bottom side of the racetrack. Needs to drift up though, you can see, doesn't quite, yes he does, slide job, he's going to slide right on up in front of Suggs, doesn't seem to slow Suggs down one bit. He's going to move up the racetrack even higher and try and utilize that high line all the way up into the rubbles here at the last straight Coliseum to see if he can maybe get some of that extra grip and move himself up back into the lead. But for right now, going to tuck into the tire tracks. Mumbercat, they're going to cross the stripe, give that position to the 16. And this is going to be another driver that when he gets clean air on the front of that late model, he's going to drive off into the sunset. Well, not quite the sunset. It's still a little bit early on in the day here on the East Coast, but definitely going to have himself a Sunday drive. If you can see a little bit sideways there, further on back in the pack, as they're starting to drive away here at the top two. Effingham and Langell still in the front pack. Kronberg there as well. Caden Tuss, Brett Byron still in the mix. It's a little bit further back here with Kent Woldridge. These three guys back here, Chris Roma and Austin Deal, they have been side by side. The 09 car has been up in the mix as well. Chris Roma trying to get up and around the Dylan Black machine of the 08 as racing starting to get a little bit intense here as we approach the 1/3 marker here in this one. Oh, car around, that's going to be Dylan Black. We were just talking about him in the 08 car. Is he going to be able to gather it back up? He does indeed. It looks like that car has some extra damage though, and the motor may have gone south in the 08 car. That is a tough break for the 08 car of Dylan Black, but we are going to stay green flag racing. There's Noggle in the 08 car going to try and get up and around him as well. Tim Terry at the back, a little bit further on back. Ashton Riki joining the picture in the 26, a lap down. He's the second car one lap down. And trying to get around the 67 of Craswell to get that spot back. As we get back up to the front though, 0.6 of a second is the gap between Mumbercat and Suggs. Dustin is driving away, and he looks into the rearview mirror. He sees that 3 car getting smaller and smaller, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're leading this race. And that's what he's doing right now. He's going to close up just a little bit closer, about a 0.5 of a second between first and second. But Everham still there in third. Line Langell tucked in the 4th position. Tufts in 5th as they run, and they're battling out here for the second half of the top 10 in a big way. Side-by-side battle between Brett Byron and Dan Woolridge here, and that is for the 7th position. They're trying to chase down the 09 car. He's kind of broken away, and he's kind of halfway in between these two groups. Oh, Byron up into the outside wall in that 22 car. That's going to tighten this fatal 4-way up in a big way. And the 09 car tried to part the seas almost and get up in between these cars. Not quite enough room though. He's going to step back into the tire tracks behind Byron in the high side. A little contact between the 09 and Roma down to the bottom side. There's some contact between the 22 and Woldridge on the bottom side. They keep it going though. They keep it pointed in the right direction. 1-1 down of 3-3-3. There's got to be a lot of numbers or something like that. That's the third way. 33rd and the 3rd % of the race is done, and the numbers don't lie, and it spells trouble for the leaders in turn 2. We just matched up. Wrestling, that's how it goes. But we're still side by side. These guys battling it out. Roma now down the bottom side. Oh, a bit of a slip there for the 99 of Campbell. Saw him get involved in a big wreck earlier on. He's still on the track, multiple laps down though for the 99 car. Just letting everybody know he's still here. And there he is. Oh, that didn't look good. That's not a good look for the 92 car, and we're going to take a peek at that. As caution flag flies here on lap 114. Let's take a peek. We're not going to talk through this one. We're going to see what goes on in the 92 car. You can see off the pace here for multiple laps as the field kind of driving around. And we don't need to back that up. We know what's going on there. So we'll get this going once again. We'll kind of rejoin. You can see down at the bottom side of the track, putting around. There's some damage in the 92 car here for Doug Murphy. Down on the apron. There goes Tim. Hey, Tim. There's Craswell. The 67 goes down and around. Slow down on the apron once again. And there's the leaders. Leaders get by. 3rd place. Battle for 3rd. There's Tanton Woldridge that gets by. Aha. Yeah. That's not a look good. That's not a good look That's one of those receipts that you hear about in the racing world. See the bright blue car of Tant Woldridge come in, and he just takes a shot at him. Spoils the night for Roman Machine. He gets a piece of the action. A couple more drivers getting a piece of the action as well. You know, that's not the first time we've seen that out of the 92 car today. So I'm sure he'll get the old ejecto-cedo cousin button, and the 92 car will find himself watching here on VidaneTV. But we'll take a peek at it again, because you know, that's just one of those deals. Slow, down on the apron. This is under green flag conditions here, mind you. And there you see, just turns right into Tant Woldridge. Misses the guy he was trying to take out, but takes out 3 or 4 cars in behind him. So not sure what the deal was between those two drivers, but unfortunately we can't get it sorted out. And as it appears, Doug Murphy is not going to be scored for this event, and he's been asked to leave. There you see a great shot there. Give a shout out once again to AC4, Andrew Cardinale from Pit Road TV. Just kidding, Pit Stop TV. From over there at Pit Stop TV. Met him at Pit Road TV, but he owns Pit Stop TV, helping us out with the cameras here at the Last Great Coliseum. And man, it's some fantastic work. We've been working with some older cameras here in the iRacing world, but we got it lined up, and there's a lot of them, folks. There is a whole lot of cameras that we're able to utilize here, and we'll be getting more and more comfortable with them as the weeks progress here at VidaneTV, because if we haven't mentioned it yet, we are busy. We have got a lot of stuff going on here in the 2024 calendar year, and there's a lot of iRacing. There's a lot of real racing. There's a lot of other sports, potentially. Some short track racing, maybe some go-kart racing, a little bit of softball. Everybody loves softball. How about fantasy football, folks? That's right. We're going to be doing fantasy football drafts. We might be doing a baseball draft. Going to be doing some cool things here at VidaneTV, and definitely want to make sure that you stay tuned to all of the action. Get hooked up on all the social media outlets. Give us the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the follows on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Twitter, on the TikTok. And again, man, we got to get that TikTok number up. Those are rookie numbers. We got to get up to 1,000, because once we get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, we will be able to stream live on the TikTok app. And the plan for TikTok is not to stream these races as you've seen them, as you're used to seeing them here on VidaneTV. No, I can't even say my own name right here on VidaneTV. I'm so excited. You're going to get a behind-the-scenes look as what goes on here at VidaneTV. We'll go live 20 minutes before the show just to show some of the prep we do here at VidaneTV. It's not much, because we like to do it live here on the airwaves, but man, oh man, it's going to be good. It's going to be big. We got a lot of stuff going on. Be sure to tune in for sure. Pace car, lights out, going down to safety at pit road once again. These drivers are tight. Green flag from Barney in the flag stand racing once again here for lap 120 at Bristol. Less than 200 laps to go. 200 or so laps to go. Math, not really sure. Marquette up in the lead. He's got a mirror full, though, of Brett Suggs. That Bass Pro Shops number 3 car right on the back bumper of the 16. They're side by side for third on back. Tufts and Langell there trying to battle it out, trying to grab that podium spot. You can see Tufts on the high side able to use a little bit more of the racetrack as he gets around Langell in the 18 car. The 09 rejoining the fight as well. Good to see Tant Woldridge in the 56 car after getting a shot taken on him. He's still up in the top 10. He's holding on to 8th right now. Roma back there a little bit further on back by about a car length or so. The 22 car of Byron, though, going to take a peek on Caden Tufts down below him. Not quite enough room there. He's going to try it on the high side this time around, a little bit higher up the racetrack than Caden Tufts is that line, and that shows exactly the diversity of the racetrack here. These guys able to utilize just about every inch of that track, and sometimes even a little bit more. That time by, we didn't see anybody get up into the outside wall, but that's been happening? That's been happening quite a bit here in the top 5. Drivers coming out of turn number 4, running out of racetrack a little bit, getting up and kissing the outside wall with the right side of the car. And there you see Suggs got close, no cigar that time by, but he's going to hold on to that top side and really seems to be making it work up in the rubbles, getting that cleared off, and that's going to be something we'll see these guys utilize a little bit later on in the race for sure, as we still have a long way to go. 2/3 of this race still left to go here, and quite a few drivers still on the lead lap, still able to get themselves a dub here in the Tulco Electric Super Late Models. They're all chasing down Marquette, though, half a second lead, about 0.4 of a second, 0.3 of a second now, as Suggs closes that gap just a little bit. as he tries to chase down the leader, Mombercat, in that number 16 ride. Down and around the bottom side of the track. It's going to give just a little bit of an opportunity for the 16 to kind of of Suggs to close up just a little bit. And you can see still able to use that high side and try and get that gap to close up just a little bit, but still doing homework at this point, still trying to figure out what the car's going to do on these long green flag runs as they get down and around. File pretty much throughout the top 10. Tim Terry holding on to, I would say Tim Terry was holding on to the first car one lap down, but Tim's in the top 10. That 28 car currently running in the 8th position, tucked in behind the 83 of Chris Roma, and looking like Tim may have something for these guys. There you see him in the 8th place, a little bit further on back. Brett Byron, 22 car, the 56 Woldridge there as well, as Grant Campbell still down the bottom side, and trying to pick off some laps here and maybe get around to these drivers that are parked down on pit road, but still holding into it. That 99 car, Ashton Tucker in the 2 all the way up the racetrack. Cassidy, 113 in the mix still here as well. Dylan Black in the 08 car. The 122 of Greg Snellgrove still in the fight. Tyler Hallaahan, he's had a big run here, qualified 21st, up to 14th right now. Saw him battling in the top 10 earlier on, so he's definitely got himself a piece to try and get up towards the front in that 33. There you see Ashton Reiki up to the outside wall just a little bit, and now we've seen that happen a couple of times with these drivers as they come out of the turn 2 and they come out of turn 4. The back end of the car just gets a little bit of a wiggle, and it's hard to chase it through the racetrack. Nick Noggle down the 08 car, he's going to come down and get some tires under green flag, and that's not going to bring out the yellow, but yellow flag is in fact going to fly here, and we'll see if we can take a peek. Looks like it might have been our buddy 99 Brandon Campbell, but we'll take a peek and see what went down. There you see the 99 just still plugging away down. You expect better from folks. You know, you really do, especially when you've got a big event like this, and that explains why Brandon Campbell was probably putt-putting around the track for the past 10, 15 laps or so, and there you see he gets a shot at the 09 car, one of the quickest cars here on the track, gets up, takes a shot, and you can see gets the ejecto-cedo cousin, will not be scored for this race. You expect better. You expect better. Gives these drivers some opportunity, though, to come down pit road. Tant Woldridge in the 56, he's going to get some of that damage taken care of, as well as Brett Byron, Dylan Black, Greg Snellgrove, all down on pit road. A good opportunity for Hallaahan in that 33 car to get some new sneakers on that ride and rejoin the field here and see what he can do in the second 2/3 of this race. As under caution for an incident, the 99 car intentionally taking out the 09 car, as it appears to have been on our screen. Again, you know, you expect better from folks. It's a tragic thing here in the iRacing world, but sometimes feelings get hurt. Working lap 137, Dustin Mombercat up in the lead. Brett Suggs there in second. Caden Cups in third. Luckily, the 09 car didn't lose too many positions in that ordeal. He's going to run in the 4th spot. Josh Langell in 5th. Colton Everingham going to come home, not come home, currently running in the 6th spot. We still got a lot of racing left to go here, over 200 laps. Chris Roma in 7th, Tim Terry in 8th, the Ashton Tucker there in 9th, and Wade Craswell in 10th. And you got to wonder what's going on in the big red truck. There's going to be some screaming and yelling, I'm sure, but we'll get that all sorted out and get this field ready to rock and or roll. But yeah, we'll call it the right front popping out there on the 92. I don't think that's what happened. But live all over the place. Let your friends and family know you're watching some racing action. Hey, if it's snowing like it's snowing here in southern New England, shout out to the neighbor. Let them know, hey, you know, when you're done plowing that driveway, get on the computer, get on the smart TV, pull up VidaneTV on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, on Twitter, all over the place. Not quite on TikTok yet. We've been talking about that all afternoon here, but get us hooked up. Let everybody know we're watching some iRacing action here. The Tulco Electric Super Late Models here for the 4th annual running of the Hallaahan 333 at the Last Grade Coliseum. Working lap 138 here under the 6th caution. It's showtime. Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the broadcast booth And you can see it's been a bit of a war of attrition here so far in the first third of this race. We get the 1 to go from the pace car, or from the flag stand rather. The pace car shuts the lights off on that machine, and they start to line up 2 by 2 all the way through once again. Mumberket going to elect to take that bottom side of the racetrack. Brett Suggs up on the top. Caden Tubbs, Awesome Deal, and Colton Everhand going to be the top 5. Chris Roman, Josh Langell, Tim Terry, Ashton Tucker, Wade Craswell, all up in the top 10. And it has been it's been an ordeal this afternoon. Been some great racing throughout the night. Been a couple of bad apples, but hey, every batch has its bunch, I suppose. Pace car going to take that hard left turn down to the safety of pit road, and this is green flag racing. Once again, going to cross the stripe. Big slide there for Tim Terry, trying to get out of the way. Spun the tires, missed the gear for the 28 car. They get it all sorted out. It looks like he's going to be able to jump down on the side, the bottom side of the racetrack, and get that all sorted out. The top 5 or so, they were single file for a brief second, and they know that they want to put some distance between them and the family back on back. It looks like the front 4, front 5 going to break away single file here just a little bit. Mumberket really able to use that bottom side of the racetrack and get the hold shots there on the start. But Suggs using that high side, and that's going to be something to keep an eye on throughout the race, where these guys are going to be able to utilize these lines around this racetrack. Side by side up for the lead here. Mumberket holding on to it. Suggs trying to take it away. And you can see just the 2 different styles all the way up on the high side for the 3 car, all the way down on the bottom for the 16. And they pretty much going right back in the middle of the racetrack on that start finish line. And they're just not able to make any kind of groove, make up any kind of room on either one of them. Identical lap times as they get down and through it. Here as they cross the stripe, and there you see they just join right back up. Suggs shoots onto the high side. Mumberket down the bottom side, drifts up just a little bit this time, as you can see, kind of pulled away just a little bit here. Tim Terry pointed in the wrong direction. The 28 car looks like he's going to gather it back up though. No caution, but he'll lose a lot of track position there in that 28 ride. Battle up front though, still up for the lead. Suggs dropping back by about a half a car length or so. And we've seen on this racetrack, that doesn't really matter too much. Hard on the wheel for the 3 cars. We ride on board with Suggs here for a couple of laps. You can see Mumberket jumped up in front of him, kind of knocked some of the momentum away from him midway down the straightaway. And you can see really into the rev chip as they get out to the end of the racetrack, at the end of the straightaways. It gets right into the back bumper there of the 16, and you can hear just how much that 3 car is off the throttle, and you gotta wonder if that's by design. Is he saving his stuff? Is he saving his tires? Because a lot of times we'll see in these short track super late model races, you'll get caution after caution, but it seems like we've got it all sorted out here. We've got it figured out, and these guys are putting on a heck of a show, giving us some green flag racing throughout the evening here. 150 in the book, and getting closer and closer to that second half of this one. Mumberket holding on. Oh, Brett Byron up into the, check that wheel up into the outside wall. He's going to lose a spot to Caden Tubbs as he comes down. Gets real close, says hello, and he's going to move on down and around, and it's going to tighten up this battle for 3rd, 4th on back. Oh, the 9 car gets a little bit of a shot, gets it not quite sorted out, but man, oh man, we're wrecking once again. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And we'll back that up on the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. Caden Tubbs, hard racing it looks like, but we'll take a peek at it. We're giving everybody a fair shake of it here. There you see the old car down the bottom side. Gets hard into the corner. Drifts up the track just a little bit. Everything looking A-okay side by side. I don't know. We'll see what that looks like from the inside of the 00 car. It's tight racing up towards the front here, and a lot of these guys know that they want to get up towards the front of the pack, want to get all these wrecks in behind them, and they want to kind of get it out of their system. We'll take a peek here on the 00, and you can see there's the 09 car down the bottom side of the track, and hard on the left-hand turn on the left wheel, so keeps it going, and it's really hard to keep these things straight. We've seen that happen as they come out of the corners here time and time again. So a little bit of a racing incident between the 00 and the 09 car, causing some calamity in behind the pack just a bit. There you can see Tuff's going to come down pit road. Tanton Woldridge there as well. Going to get some tires. Josh Langell in the 18 down here as well. The 2 of Ashton Tucker, the 67 of Craswell, Roma down there as well. Austin Thiel in the 09 car, extensive damage trying to get that thing replaced or repaired rather. That's a tough break for the 09 car. Nick Noggle in the 08 still on pit road in that Mobile 1 machine, but still trying to make the best out of an ordinary situation here at Bristol. Going to try and get back out on track and see if they can get some points scored for the Tulco Electric Super Late Model Series. The big boss man, Tim Terry in the 28 car, having a solid run in the top 10. Currently scored 14th as he came down pit road to get some of that damage taken care of. Maybe handle some the race official stuff. Brake Thornburg going to give up a top 5 run right now. The 22 going to come down pit road and get some service on that machine. They're all still chasing Mumberket though. That 16 car has been freaky fast all afternoon long here. A little Sunday afternoon race. We're still trying to get used to it here at VidaneTV. And Brett Suggs currently in second. Colton Evernham in third. Snellgrove and Byron in the top 5. Hallaahan having a good run as well. He's going to run P6 right now. Tanton Woldridge there in 7. Tucker, Langell, and Tubbs going to be the top 10 as they run. 7th caution here. A little bit of an incident, but we got it all sorted out. Everybody able to drive away here at this point. And still a lot of racing left to go here this afternoon. We're live all over the place. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. Give us the likes, give us the subscribes, the shares. Let everybody know you're watching VidaneTV here on a Sunday afternoon. And heck, you can even throw it up on the dashboard if you're out there plowing the snow, if you got that weather like we got here in southern New England. We got them lined up 2 by 2 once again. We get the 1 to go from the pace car. They got the lights off. We're going to get some green flag racing once again. And this is really bad news for the rest of the field because we're able to see Brett Suggs get some more practice on these restarts here. Monster restarts out of the 33 and the free this time here around as well. And you can see Suggs going to take the top side as Mumberket takes the bottom side. They bunch it back up in the top 5. Green flag flies once again. Clean start for everybody. It looks like Mumberket getting the cleanest though. He gets the whole shot. He's going to pull away by a little bit. Brett Suggs is on that high side already. He is making it high, wide, and handsome all the way up to the outside wall here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And we see it again, and that's the 2 lines kind of meeting in the middle here. And Suggs doing everything he can to try and take that lead away from Mumberket, but not quite able to get the momentum on that high side. And you can see just how different the 2 lines are. Suggs going to tuck in a little bit better that time. He's able to drive down the racetrack, really close up to the back bumper of Mumberket in the 16 ride, but he's not quite able to have enough room. There you see Mumberket saw that door open on the high side, went up there to give it a little boot close, no contact, just breaking the airwaves up just a little bit. And Mumberket going to hold on to the lead as they cross the stripe for 161. The 3 car all the way up on the high side once again. Snellgrove in the 122 having a solid run up 14 spots. Colton Evernham there in 4th, and the 5th is going to hold on. 5th is being held on rather by Brett Byron. Tanton Woldridge in the mix as well as he's down the bottom side in that blue 56 ride. Ashton Tucker in behind him as well. Tyler Hallaahan still up in the top 10 and 8. And Caden Tubbs, Josh Langell battling it out for 9th and 10th on the outside looking in. Going to be Dylan Black in the 22 car of Thronberg who came down pit road to get some service on that machine. And still holding on to the last spot on the lead lap. Going to be that 28 car of the big boss man, Tim Terry, having a solid run currently in at the 13th spot. But they're all chasing down Mumberket. Little side-by-side action for 5th on back. Brett Byron, Tanton Woldridge side-by-side. The 2 car of Ashton Tucker is there as well. And as these guys are side-by-side, they're actually catching up to the guys up in front of them as they're trying to hold off those positions and advance their own. Colton Evernham a little sideways there to 22 up to the outside wall a bit. Looks like Suggs might have gotten himself a little piece of that wall on the front straightaway, and that's something we, again, oh, he's up into the wall again in that 3 car. That's going to open the door for Snellgrove down on the bottom side. The 122 going to try and take that second spot away as they're side by side behind them. Evernham, Woolridge, they make a little bit of contact side by side as they're battling it out for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Brett Byron a piece of that battle as well. Oh, contact between Evernham and Woolridge. Woolridge holds on to it, going to lose a couple of spots, going to lose a spot to the 22. Ashton Tucker going to take a peek on the outside to see if he can take some momentum up and around that 56 car. The 22 right on the back bumper of Evernham. They sorted out their single file for the time being. The 22 gives that wall another high five with the right side of the race car. Tight battling up here just outside the top 5. The 56 of Woolridge going to take a peek down underneath the 22 of Brett Byron once again to see if he can get back up to the bumper of Evernham and see if he can get up and around him as he's trying to use that high side of the racetrack. He's seeing what Suggs is doing in that 3 car, and he's able to, Suggs able to hold on to that second spot, but not really able to make any ground up on our leader, Mombercat, and they're still side by side back there for 3rd and 4th. Woolridge able to just about clear. He's going to clear the 22 this time by probably going to try and, nope, he's not going to slide on up. He's going to use that bottom side to see if he can make it a 2-for-1 special. The 56 of Tanton Woolridge going to slide on the bottom side. There's that little bit of a wiggle we've seen coming off of turn 4 all afternoon long, but it's still going to keep him going in the right direction as he's going to get around Evernham. They're now side by side, a couple of cars back. Tucker's going to see if he can advance his spot just a little bit. He's down on the bottom side now of the 22 car of Brett Byron. He's going to try and bring Suggs with him. Suggs on the back bumper of the 2 of Ashton Tucker, going to see if they can kind of freight train their way up through the 2. Tries to clear the 22 that time by, drifting up in front of him, not quite there. Gives him a little bit of a push up the track, but letting him know he's there. Evernham going to see if he can block that bottom side of the track. Not quite enough there. There's the 24 car, a lap down. That's going to be, we'll have to double check on that. That's Jake Goodwin in the 24 car. This driver's able to get by. A little scary situation, a little 3-wide action, but they get it sorted out. Coming out of turn number 4 once again. You see that little bit of a wiggle out of the 00 car. The 22 you saw get up into that outside wall just a little bit. Just enough to slow him down, and Tuck's going to take that spot. Ashton Tucker now going to take a peek on the high side on Evernham to see if he can try and use that momentum, and we've seen that go on throughout the entirety of the race here. And you can see they're all learning from Suggs. He's all the way up on that outside wall. He's touched that wall a couple of times in that number 3 car, leaving some of that gold flake out around the last great Coliseum. Ken Ford's going to tuck into the tire tracks, try and catch a little bit of draft and momentum, and shoot on down to the bottom side of the track. Not quite enough there to clear him, but it gets up to his door, and that's something that we've seen multiple times here at Bristol. The 56, though, able to take that momentum. He's going to come down to the round. Looks like he's going to grab that spot. Nope, not quite enough to clear him. That's that 3 car is really making that high line work. It looks like this time by, though, in 3 and 4, Fougere going to have enough to try and slide on up in front of Suggs and maybe take away. There's Tim Terry off the pace down on the bottom side. Finally going to go down a lap here in this one in that 28 car. That's a tough break to 10. We'll talk to him after the show for sure. There you see it. The second place going to change hands once again. Woolridge up to P2, and there you can see immediately taking a shot up on the high side of the racetrack in the 56 car. He's been seeing what Suggs has been able to do to try and chase down Mombercat. He wants to take a shot at it this time by. Suggs going to adjust his line just a little bit. You can see all this is going on. These front 3, they're able to drive away here at this point. Greg Snellgrove back in 4th, has a little bit of a bubble in behind him to Evernham, but it's still a fatal 4-way dance here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Case Tuck, Josh Lynn, and Ashton Tucker all doing battery. Oh, we're losing our English language here, folks. Count it, lap 181, we're done. But man, oh man, exciting action all the way around this racetrack. Kate Tuff still on the bottom, Evernham up on the top side, and the front 4, they're kind of single file. Ted Woolridge trying to use that high side. You can see Suggs down at the bottom of the racetrack, and it seems like he's losing some ground. The battle for the lead, though, heating up as Tanton Woolridge is there. He's all over the back bumper of our leader, and I think that's going to be the biggest challenge that we've seen for the lead all afternoon long here on green flag conditions. Right on board now with Tanton Woolridge. You can see there's a lap car up a little bit further on, and Tanton had to hard onto the off the accelerator there as Mombercat trying to make that car as wide as he can. As you can see this time by Woolridge's going to go up to the high side, try and use that high side of the racetrack, and really able to drive down the banking, especially coming out of turn number 2. You'll see it again here as he comes out of 2 this time, and really able to kind of drive down the banking a little bit, down the hill, so to speak, and close that gap, but doesn't quite have enough on that high side to get down and around that Keenum uppercut. Struggles once again for Tim Cherry, joining the struggle bus in that 28 car. Going to come down to the attention of his pit crew, see if they can get some of that damage banged on out. There you see a little bit of lap traffic now up in front of our leaders. That's the 024 machine, Derek Gates, and he's going to move on out of the way, let these leaders get on by and get on and down through with their race. Dan Wolver's going to go up around the high side. There you see Suggs just a little bit further on back. You got to wonder, we saw stuff earlier on, but really hard charging in the 3 car of Suggs to try and get up to the back bumper and try and get around on the step. He got past there for Woldridge. We've seen a little bit slower pace out of that 3 car, so you got to wonder if he's saving some tires here at this point, or maybe he burned everything up from the last go of it, because you can see there's the gap between first, second, and third. And further on back, the 122 car of Snellgrove. Calamity trying to get around some lap traffic here. It looks like they got it all sorted out. There's Blake Kronberg and Colton Evernham side by side. They're battling it out for 6 and 7. Ashton Tucker so in that number 2 car. There's a little bit of action as they come out of turn number 4, crossing that right. They keep it going though. They keep it pointed in the right direction, and they're still racing. We're still racing green flag racing here at the Last Great Coliseum, working lap 191. Lumber 10 up front. Woldridge side back a little bit. There you see about 0.6 of a second is the gap, and it's about the same distance back to third place, Brett Suggs. So getting a little bit stretched out here in the top 3, top 4, top 10 really, as we start to do a little bit of conveyor belt action here at Bristol Speedway. And one of these long green flag runs is what these guys are going to need to kind of learn what these cars will do as they put a little bit more abuse on the tires. There's a side-by-side, almost a side-by-side battle for position between Craswell and 24 car of Gates. That's the other 24 car. Goodwin. That's Goodwin in that 24 car right in front of our leaders here. And this is a tough situation. If you're the 67, if you're the 24, you don't want to lose a lot. You don't want to lose a lap, and you don't want to get in the leader's way. We're almost stopped calamity there from Goodwin. Able to keep it sorted out there. Definitely got a little bit of damage as he got down as the bumper cat, the leader, came down and around him. Still keep it all sorted out. Craswell's going to go a lap down, leading 12 cars currently on the lead lap. And bumper cat able to get through the lap traffic a little bit quicker than Ted Woldridge. You can see the gap has opened up to about 3/4 of a second between first and second. And that's kind of given Suggs an opportunity to almost close up to that second spot. As you can see, Suggs is now past 67 the lap traffic there. They're going to get their race back going once again. And it's given Lumbercat an opportunity to kind of pull away just a little bit, stretch that thing out. The next car up in front is going to be that flannel winged up production ride of Ashton Reiki. He's all the way up on the high side. You got to imagine he's going to try and stay out of the way here at this point. And leader's going to come down. Lumbercat's going down to the bottom side of the racetrack most of the evening here. There's a little bit of a slide for Reiki in the 26. He's going to hold on to it. And this is a good opportunity, a learning opportunity when you've got some breathing room behind the leader as they come around to push you a lap down there. Cassidy off the pace down to the bottom of the 113. On the apron. Oh, Ashton Reiki up to the outside wall, holds on to it though. That's a scary situation if you're the leader or if you're Ashton Reiki, and he's going to gather the cobwebs up a little bit. Woldridge in behind him. He's going to get down and around. He's going to move up out of the way. That's going to knock the tar out of him for sure. And we cross the stripe. 133 laps to go here. 200 down. We are, what is that, about 2/3, 66 and 2/3% chance that we're done with the race. I don't know, the numbers don't lie. There you see Lumbercat holding on to that lead right now. There's the gap back to second. Woldridge about 6.5, 7/10 of a second back. Brett Suggs about a second behind our leader there. He's still using that high side of the racetrack to his advantage to see if he can kind of get that gap to close up a little bit. Here's a four-way dance, four-position, three-way dance with special appearance by Wade Craswell. First car, 1 lap down. Delbro having a solid run here in Bristol. You see Goodwin in the 24 car. He's a lap down. He's going to try and get up out of the way. Don't stay down to the bottom side. And it's going to try and get up the bottom side. That high side. A couple of them down the bottom side. A little free wide action. Goodman gets off the throttle, says, go, get out of here. You guys do your thing. Trying to get avoid calamity. Dayton Tuck's a little bit of a wiggle coming off the corner, but he holds it straight. Gonna tuck back in. Almost to the tire track at 122. Wasn't sure who to follow that time. Jumped into the middle group, didn't quite work for him. Jumped down to the bottom side of the racetrack. That might work. He's gonna try and get up to the bumper of Stelgrove in the 122, try and take away that 5th position and break tough in the top 5 all night long, or since earlier on. Qualified in him, he's back to that spot. They're trying to set his sights now on the other 22 car. It's 19 in scoring, but Blake Kronberg having a solid one currently in the 4th place. Now up to our 2nd place leader, 2nd place position, a little 3 wide action as Devin Lappin up into the outside wall briefly as he gets put another lap down, and it's still side by side. Suggs able to close on up to the 2nd place car of Dan Holdridge, and it looks like he might have enough to get down and around him, and that's going to bring up the question once again. Did Brett Suggs drop back a little bit to try and save? Did he know that these top 2 guys might struggle a little bit with the lap traffic? Not really sure, because you can see Suggs very solidly now back up into that 2nd spot. Dan Holdridge still going to utilize the bottom of the racetrack to see if he can get back up to the back bumper of Suggs, but they both have to almost kind of work together here a little bit to see if they can reel that leader back in. Mombriquette is out for a Sunday ride. 3/4 of a second is the gap between first and this battle for 2nd. And even as these guys are battling it out a little bit, they're able to cut a 10th off the lead there at that point. So you got to wonder if Mombriquette was just kind of looking in the rear view, seeing what was going on. It looks like they've got it sorted out here for the time being. That's going to give a little bit of fresh air on the nose of the 3 car. As Suggs still utilizing that on top side to see if he can get back into the lead. Struggling with the handling there in the car. You can see the leader, Mombriquette, all over the back bumper, trying to get down and around. Oh, trouble, Byron around, pointed in the wrong direction. There you see Goodwin up on the high side of the racetrack. Everything A-OK with the leaders. That's going to close up the gap in a big way, though. Look at Suggs right there, right on the back bumper. Byron able to get down and away in that 22 car. We stay clean, we stay green. A little bit longer of a green flag run here for these guys at Bristol, and that battle for the lead is getting ready to heat up in a big way. That 24 car of Goodwin may have slowed up the leader just enough to try and get up there. And you can see really starting to put some hammer down in that 16 car as the back end of the field is starting to kind of make itself known there in the front windshield of our leader, the 16 of Mombriquette. And he's looking in the rearview mirror. He's got a lot more green car than he's used to seeing here in the past 40 or 50 green flag laps. Dan Holdridge has kind of closed that gap up there as well. So, man, oh man, getting pretty tight as we approach the final third of the race here. And it's one of those deals, man. It's a long Sunday afternoon show. We got off the plane from Daytona on Monday morning. It was 70 degrees. We landed here in Connecticut Monday night, and it was like 25 Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is Celsius. It was cold. It was cold. It was snow in the forecast, which is happening now. There was frost on the truck as we pulled into the driveway, and well, there's a frog in the old throat here of Showtime. So anybody out there that's got some golf drop connections, we can definitely use a little sponsorship. Brett Suggs in the outside wall though, in that 3 car. That's going to let Ken Woolridge get down and wide. Is that a mistake from Brett Suggs that we're not very used to seeing? We'll take a look at it here, and it looks like it's the same deal we've been kind of seeing here on the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. We're still clean and green, but there you see the 3 just up into the outside wall. Woolridge heads up driving. He's able to get down and around, but that's going to swap second and third position as Suggs going to drop back to third. Tan Woolridge going to set his sights now on the leader of Dustin Mumbercat. And once he got through that lap traffic, he was able to stretch his legs a little bit. 7/10 of a second now over second place, but don't look now, there's a little bit more lap traffic. And Tyler Hallaahan in the 33 car down on the bottom side, getting ready to go a lap down. There's Wade Craswell, multiple laps down already. Tyler going to move on over and let Mumbercat go as they come out of the corner, come out of turn number 4, crossing the stripe. Still Mumbercat up front. Looks like Suggs has major issues in that 3 car. Suggs is coming down pit road. He must have hit that wall a ton. I don't believe that is a scheduled stop here. Maybe it is. Mumbercat going to give up the lead in the number 16 car. He knows that if he gives up some time on fresh tires for that leader, or for that third spot this time by, for Brett Suggs, that he knows that he can't really give up those lap times. So he's going to come down for some fuel and some tires. Ken Woolridge going to inherit the lead. Kronberg now in second for the first time here tonight. Caden Tufts in third. Snellgrove and Langell the top 5 as they run. Mumbercat going to go down a lap. Brett Byron going to go down a lap. Suggs going to go down a lap. This is interesting. If we end up getting a caution flag here before these final drivers come down pit road, we might be trapping a lot of guys to lap down a lot of fast cars. But man, oh man, if we take a look at the pit road history, it's been about 75 laps or so since everybody has come down. Snellgrove's been out for 93 laps, so he's on full tires. Evernham hasn't been down at 150 or so laps. So it's interesting pit strategy here. These guys trying to do everything that they can to stay on the lead lap. And right now there's 6 drivers on the lead lap. Check that. Dylan Black going to give up his 6th position. He's going to come down pit road and get some tires. Dan Woolridge going to try and stretch this thing out. There you see Brett Suggs. He's going to get his lap back the hard way as he's going to drive around that, and that's just one of the laps back. So Brett Suggs has some work to do. He needs to get back on the lead lap to try and get on the hard way. So he's going to have to pass that leader a couple of more times. Granted, these guys are still going to have to come down here as we approach the 100 to go mark here at Bristol. This is going to get intense. So you see Ashton Reiki having a little bit of issues with the handling of that 26 car, but still doing battle, running in the 14th spot. There you see him, that crumpled up flannel car, a little cattywampus up in the front, but still having a good run. Ken Woolridge going to get down and around, and there you see Tim Terry up in front of him. A little Rusty's action in behind, as that's going to be the 024 car of Gates, Derek Gates. A couple of 24 cars in the field here today. So a lap down. He's actually got fresh tires, I believe. So that's going to be something that he's going to have to deal with there. Tan Woolridge going to go all the way up the high side of the track. There's Mumbercat with those fast tires, and this is going to be tough. Tim Terry going on another lap down to the 28 car. Mumbercat has just enough room to get down to the bottom side of the racetrack. That's what tires do. That's why these guys wanted to get down on pit road under green flag. As you can see, the Mumbercat is just able to drive away here from Ken Woolridge. Currently holding on to the lead. He's got about 2 seconds between he and the second place of Kronberg, and there's only a handful of drivers on the lead lap currently. But man, oh man, as these guys get down through the racetrack, we'll take a look at the last lap times as they cross the stripe there. There you see 16:07 for Ken Woolridge. If you look at Mumbercat, he's down there at 10. He's got a 15.5. 15.4 that time by. A little bit quicker for Woolridge as well, but man, with those fresh 4 tires, 0.6 of a second a lap is a lot. So you got to bet these guys left in the top 5. The 5 guys still left on the lead lap. They want a caution here the next couple of laps, or they're going to have to come down, and it looks like Woolridge maybe a little bit. Nope, he's going to hold on to it. He's going to drift back up in front of the 024 car. The 024 looks like he might have fresh tires on there, but a lot of damage on the front of the car, so still not able to get up in front of our leader to get one of those laps back. And Woolridge going to just hold on for everything he's got here at this point and hope for a caution with less than 100 laps to go here at the last great Coliseum. Down on the bottom side of the track, there you see, pardon me, there you see the Evernham machine back in the 16 car. He's got some fresh tires. He's going to try and get back up on the one lap down here as 48, check that, 48 car right on the back bumper of our leader. He's going to get down and around, almost down and around, not quite there. That 48 car not quite working as well on the bottom side as we've seen him on the high side, but he's going to get down in one of those laps back the hard way as they get around the leader, Woolridge. And something to keep an eye on here, that 19 car, or the 22 on your screen of Kronberg is starting to close that gap just a little bit. It was about 2 seconds ago. 5-10 laps ago or so, but it's now down to 1.2 seconds, the gap, and you can see there's a lot of lap traffic in between the leader and second place. We'll see what that looks like on the timing pylon, or the scoring pylon here in the next handful of laps. A bit of a wiggle in the back of the screen there from the 24 car, but he keeps it sorted out, and we stay clean and green as we work lap 243 here at the last Great Coliseum. Second is now the gap. You can see that leader has his sights now set on Tan Woolridge, and we'll take a look since the last time these guys have been down on pit road. It's about the same time, 91 laps for Kronberg, 93 for Woolridge, so they're on the same set of tires, and it may be the difference between 2 tires and 4 tires as Kronberg going to move up the racetrack just a little bit. Dylan Black going to jump down to the bottom side. He is a lap or 2 down, currently scored in the 12th spot, so he's trying to get his lap back the hard way by getting around these leaders here. He knows he's got a little bit fresher tires, so he's going to try and get around the 56 car here, working lap number 250 as they come up to the start-finish line, crossing it in the next side of the racetrack. Sometimes we get a little bit crossed up here. We're see Brett Byron, the 22 car, going to come down to the safety of pit road and get himself some tires on that machine. He's going to pit from the top 10. Marquette going to move up into second. Suggs is actually in front of him there in the 8th position as those drivers come to battle. Tim Terry still struggling with that 28 car. Had a good start, had a solid first 2/3 of the race, but it seems like that 28 car might be falling apart just a little bit. Still great showing from Boston. Proud of Tim Terry having a solid one here at Bristol. But there you see Kronberg going to take over the lead as Ken Woolridge slips up just a little bit. Crossing the stripes for 2:15. On the board, and with lap traffic all the way around the racetrack here, lots of different guys on lots of different tire strategies. It's going to be tough to follow as we get down and through it because all these drivers still on the lead lap have to come down pit road at least one more time for fuel, and you got to wonder, you got to bet they're going to come grab themselves some tires here as well. And you can see a couple of drivers still, they're still in black. Looks like he might have gotten up into the outside wall just a little bit. Had some damage on the right side of that machine. But as we get closer and closer to the finish here, want to thank again everybody for tuning in on a Sunday afternoon. Very rare that we have ourselves a Sunday afternoon show, but it's always something to kick off the year here with Tim's Corner Motorsports, the Hallaahan 333, fourth running of the Hallaahan 333 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. Got to give a shout out to Pit Stop TV, AC Moore, Andrew Cardinelli helping us up with some new cameras here at Bristol as well. Check a peek at these Tulco Electric Super Late models. There you see Tyler Hallaahan pitting from 9th. Greg Snellgrove going to pit from the top 5. Ashton Tucker going to come down and get what could be the final scheduled pit stop here. And we saw these guys come down pit road, or some of the drivers come down pit road under green here. And this is really going to start to force the issue for some of the guys up front. Kronberg and Langell, the last 2 guys that have not come down pit road. Brett Suggs going to inherit 3rd. Dustin Marquette going to inherit 3rd, 4th, and this is huge. This is massive. Caution. Yellow, yellow, yellow. With 2 drivers on the lead lap, that is exactly what Kronberg and Langell wanted to see. They gambled. They stayed out as long as they could, and they are going to get an opportunity to get a full tank of fuel, 4 fresh tires, and all that good stuff, and still hold on to the first 2 spots. And you can see he's going to utilize that right now. 22 of them are going to come down pit road and get that attention. He's been screaming about tires for probably about 40-50 laps, and going to get the opportunity to get that gamble to pay off. Josh Lancho going to do the very same. Actually, he looks like he's going to stay out for a lap and lead himself a lap potentially here. We'll see what goes down there. Brett Suggs, Dustin Mumberket, Tanton Woldridge going to be the top 5, I believe. Caden Tufts there in 6th. We'll get that all sorted out once they rejoin the field there. But there you see Josh Langell. He just wanted to stay out and lead himself a lap here at Bristol. He's going to try and take out the Kona. Looks like he missed. But man, what a run for that 18 car. He qualified 25th here on the evening, and you can see he's going to come down pit road as the leader. He's going to be able to restart in the top 5 for sure. Brett Suggs is going to take the lead back, as he was one of the first drivers to pit under green, and he's going to inherit the lead here. Looks like Dustin Mumberket going to stay out, and he's going to grab 2nd. But once again, nope, Suggs going to come down and get tires. So this is interesting. This is going to put everybody up in the top 5, top 7 or so on the same tire strategy, on the same set of tires, as we've got 73 laps to go. How about that quick math for showtime here in the production trailer? So it's going to give these guys kind of an opportunity to get on the same playing field. There's not too much damage up in the top 5, top 6 or 8 cars, not as much as mid-pack on back. There you see the right side goes up and down for the 3 car of Suggs. He's going to jack up, or the crew's going to jack up the left-hand side. No, they're going to wait and top that thing off with fuel, right sides only, for Suggs in the 3 car, and he's going to drive away in at the 3rd position. Mumberket going to come back down pit road, potentially grab the other side tires. So that might be one of the things these drivers are doing here as well with the late model stocks. These pit crews, they are definitely not any kind of NASCAR Cup pit crews. They're a little bit slower, so it does take a long time for the tires to get jacked up, or the car to get jacked up, the tires to get put on. So it may very well have been some of the guys coming down from lap 1 to get the right sides, and then coming back down lap number 2 for the left sides, and vice versa. So we've seen that happening on and off. And got to thank everybody once again. Less than 100 laps to go here. The action's getting ready to get heated in a big way, which is good, because it's snowing here at VidaneTV HQ here in southern New England. We take a peek outside. I'm looking at the quad. It's got the plow on it. I thought it was done, but looks like there's another 2 inches of snow out there. We're gonna have to get out there and handle after this one. Who knows? Maybe we'll even we'll throw the webcam up on the ATV, and we'll get some live plowing action here on the old Twitch feed. We'll see. We got a lot of stuff going on here at VidaneTV HQ, but got to thank everybody for tuning in. We're live all over the internet. We're trying to take over, and 2024 might be the year we do that, because we got a lot of cool stuff going on in the iRacing world. At a rough count, from now until March, something astounding, like 40 iRacing shows in the first 3 months of the calendar year. Got to thank everybody for jumping on board and supporting us and helping us out here. Going on year 4 of operations here at VidaneTV. Could not be happier, and it's opened a lot of doors here for us for old showtime here in the real racing world, and it's pretty cool to hop off the old jet on Monday from Daytona. We got through the first week back here at iRacing, and finding out we might be heading south once again to do some real racing stuff. So that's cool. That's the boyhood dream has come true. Lots of cool stuff going on. We got a lot of coals in the fire as far as real racing stuff, real sports as well. There you see Tanton Woldridge going to come up to a stop there. I believe he's still going to be, he's going to be P3 right now. So we'll get some of the lap traffic out of the way here once we get the 1 to go. But lots of coals in the fire, lots of cool stuff going on with VidaneTV. Be sure to give us the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the follows, all that good stuff on all the social media outlets. It's going to be a big, big year, folks. And got to thank everybody tuned in the Facebook chat, the YouTube chat, the Twitch chat, chiming in throughout the race here. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, folks. We're getting down to the final third of this race. Heck, less than a third of the race as the lights are off atop the iRacing pace car. And this is wild. We got 4 cars on the lead lap. Brett Suggs got the wave by, and that's what was going on. Suggs took the wave by, and that gave him the opportunity to put 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods on that car. You can see the timing and scoring. He's going to rejoin the field here. But again, thanks for everybody tuning in here this Sunday afternoon. Things are going to get wild here at the Last Great Coliseum. The pace car down on pit road. Monster start from Langell down on the bottom side. The 18 car gets going, but so does the 22 of Kronberg. Side by side, up trading paint just a little bit coming out of turn number 2, and this will be interesting. Side by side coming out of 4. We've seen these guys get a little bit loosey-goosey as they come out of 4. There you see it, the 22 up to the outside wall. Just enough, but the caution flag going to fly once again here at Bristol. Woolridge down on pit road. We'll see if we can pull up the U-House Racing Designs and find out exactly what it was that brought that caution out, and it may very well have been that 56 car of Dan Woolridge as we'll get that hooked up. Braswell involved in the 67 as well. We're going to back the shot up. Oh, upside down on his lid for the 56 car, spinning around like a top. Not ideal for the 56 car. That was your third place car a few laps ago. We're going to take another look at that. You see Wade Craswell up in the 56 car on the high side of the track. Comes down a bit. The 56 gets in. It's a tough call. That's a racing deal. It looked like Evernham getting a piece of the action there in the 48 car as well. We're going to back that up one more time and see if we can't take a look at that from the blimp or the drone cam that we have hooked up. One of the cool things about having all these cameras here from AC4, Mr. Cardinale over there at Pit Stop TV, we gotta get the buttons programmed. That's definitely something we gotta work on here. But we'll take a look at the drone cam. How about this? Craswell in the 67 up on the high side. He kind of drifts down just a little bit, and almost looks like the same piece of real estate. The 56 kind of trying to drift up to the wall, but unfortunately, spotter didn't clear him. Evernham gets a shot into the shorts of Woolridge, spins him around on the top, comes to a rest down in the rubbles on the apron there. So tough break. That may very well be the end of Tanton Woolridge's day as we come back to the live shot. You can see that 56 car still sitting on pit road. So the 56 may be Dunsky for the evening. And taking a peek, Thronberg still out front. Langell in second. Suggs and Momberquette, they have both rejoined the lead lap, but they're mired back in traffic, it looks like. We'll see if they get to come back up to the front of the line or if they're going to have to drive through the lap traffic. It looks like they're coming up on the high side. You can see Suggs in that orange flake machine coming down and around, or gold flake, I guess, as it were, the Bass Pro Shop number 3 car, and you can see he's going to tuck in to the 3rd position. That may very well mean Momberquette's going to come up and take that 4th position on the in line there as well. And that's what happens when you get one of those cautions coming out throughout green flag pit stops. It gave Thronberg and Langell the opportunity to come down under caution and not have to worry about the timing too much, and everything is seeming a-okay for those top 2 drivers working lap 269 here of 333. We mix another batch of TheraFlu, pop another couple of cough drops, and see if we can make it to the end of this thing. Woo! Long race to call when you're a bit under the weather, but I guess it's that Florida flu that everybody talks about. You leave the 70-degree weather, you come back. Doesn't really feel good on the inside, but this feels good. How about that? A green flag flies, but for how long? Calamity in the back. Brett Byron is ripping pieces off of that car, left and right. Tim Terry's involved as well. Yellow. Lots of calamity there on that restart, and these guys know it's been a long afternoon. It really has. A lot of these drivers been putting in a lot of time as far as practice goes, and it is a long race, one of the longest races here on the TCM schedule. 333 laps at the on top of all the practice laps. The drivers didn't quite get going. Tim almost made it through. Almost. Got a little bit of a tap there. Sent him on around in the 28 car, but he is still in this fight. Tim's still in 16th, having himself a solid run in that 28 car, but a couple of drivers getting a piece of the action there, and a little bit of cloud cover starting to come over Bristol Motor Speedway, so that's going to affect the handling of these cars in a big way as we try and choke down this cup of hot TheraFlu. Easy enough for me to say. But what that's with this caution, 10 cautions here working in lap number 273. It's going to give us another dog in the fight. Colton Everdam in the 48 car going to rejoin the lead lap in that 48 car. We saw him getting involved in a couple of incidences throughout the night. None of his doing, but there's definitely some damage on the front of that car, but none the wiser. Still going to rejoin the top 5. And at this point in the race, there's only 5 cars on the lead lap. The couple of drivers elected to stay out. Thronberg and Langell stayed out under as long as they could, in any sense, on a long green flag run. And when the caution flag came out, they kind of trapped the field a lap down. So they've been doing a great job holding on to that. Suggs and Mumberket were able to get back on the lead lap as the wave around cars under these last 2 cautions. And Evernham going to do the very same this time by. That 48 car may very well be the car to watch here at this point, because he's going to be able to come down pit road here at this point. Not have to worry about how long he's there. He can get 2 tires, 4 tires, some fuel, get some of that sheet metal virtually banged out, and see if he can get himself set up for a shot at the front row here. But he's going to be able to take his time and rejoin the back of the field. Looks like Mumberket going to come down pit road as well to get some of that damage taken care of. Thronberg up front, Suggs in second, Langell, Mumberket, and Evernham. They're going to be the top 5 as they run, still following in behind the pace car with the lights still on here. Should get 1 to go this time by. Going to take the bottom side of the racetrack. Suggs on the high side. All the back bumper. The 22 letting him know he's there. He backs up just a little bit. The 22 does everything he can to try and get up in front of Suggs. Suggs going to go all the way up to the top of the racetrack, right off the rip, and try and take that that lead away. But Dustin Mumberket down the bottom side is there. That 16 car is all over the back bumper. There you see the 4th and 5th place cars. Langell and Evernham up to the outside wall just a little bit. That was Snellgrove in the 122. 4th car in line. He's going to get it all sorted out. We stay clean. We stay green. Broberg in the 19/22 car. Holding on to the lead for right now. Working lap 280. Suggs down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Very different than the strategy we've seen all race long out of that 3 car. You can see Mumberket is there as well. Going to drift up jumpers a little bit and see if he can get a little bit of momentum. But as they race for 2nd and 3rd here, Broberg able to drive away just a little bit, 3-4 car lengths now over Brett Suggs, and that's something that we're not used to hearing on VidaneTV, especially here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Suggs now going to go back up to the top side of the racetrack and see if he can hold on to that 2nd spot. Mumberket all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack, but they still meet back at the start-finish line in the middle of the racing group. Crazy to see these 2 lines around the racetrack, how evenly distributed between that 3 and the 16 going all the way down the racetrack. The 3 going all the way up, touching the outside wall. And there you see just a little bit of an advantage to the 3 car. They're going to do it again, though. Mumberket down the bottom side of the racetrack, going to tuck back in to the tire tracks, up to the outside wall briefly for the 3 car, giving it a little bit of a how you doing. And the 16 now, he's going to move up the racetrack to see if he can try and get going, but that dropped him back just a little bit. It's now 3/10 of a second between 2nd and 3rd, and that's what Suggs wanted to see. Oh, Mumberket up into the wall a little bit, slows him down. There's the 3 car up into the wall. He gets slowed down just a little bit. All the meanwhile, Blake Thronberg driving away here at this point. 3/10 of a second, the lead from 1st on back to 2nd. And he sees that we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, 45-8 or so, carry the 1 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum And Brett Suggs still trying to use that high line, trying to drive down the banking just a little bit. You can see how loose that car is coming out of turn number 4, especially coming off that high groove, getting all those rubber balls and rubbles up on the hot tires around this racetrack. And it doesn't seem to be slowing Suggs down too much. He's going to come down the track just a little bit, that time by gain about a tenth of a second on the leader, Kronberg. Kronberg looking in the rearview mirror. He sees that Bass Pro logo getting just a little bit bigger with each one of these laps. That time by, though, Suggs into the outside wall again in that 3 car. He knows that high line's fast, but man, oh man, it's a little bit of a gamble when you get up that close to it. You get up into the rubbles, into the dirty part of the racetrack, and you can see it's showing on the stopwatch. About 7/10 of a second, 7.5 tenths of a second behind the leader here at this point. Lumbercat starting to close the gap just a little bit. Still Langell and Everingham on the lead lap. You can see these guys doing a little bit of battle back here for 4th and 5th. Caden Tufts, the first car, 1 lap down. He's actually battling with the, or tucked in the tire tracks right now of Everingham, as you can see, and there you, as we go around the racetrack. 5 drivers on the lead lap here at this point, getting caught. Everybody else getting caught a lap down under a long green flag pit stop. And Kronberg gambled, and that gamble looking like it's paying off in a big kind of way as he crosses the stripe here on lap 291. Still about a half a second in front of Suggs. There's a little bit of lap traffic in front. There's the 24 car going down out of the way. He's going to make sure he doesn't affect the outcome of this race. That 22 car trying to hit his mark, crossing a stripe, but that 3 car getting bigger and bigger in that rear mirror. It was, until he gets up into the outside wall. Suggs is giving everything he's got in that 3 car, it looks like, this afternoon. He's been tagging the outside wall. He gains back that position just a little bit, and then he'll get up into the outside wall, and it looks like Lumbercat might be doing the same thing in that 16 car. He's kind of almost following that 3 cars line, and it's one of those deals here at Bristol, really any short track. If somebody gets up to the outside wall in front of you, you almost follow it on up there, and it's almost tough to control. There's Josh Langell in the 18 car. He's the one doing battle right now with Caden Tufts. Caden Tufts in that 00 car, currently the first car 1 lap down, so he's almost trying to get his lap back to Hardway. He can kind of gain up 3 seconds on the leader, but that's going to be tough to do. Kronberg and Suggs all having fresh rubber on the tire. There's Craswell in the 67 off the pace brakes. Currently in 7th, Dylan Black right there, though. Ashton Tucker a little bit further on back in 2nd, and Tyler Hallaahan in the 33 car running in 10th, so having a solid run there. But man, oh man, we still have a little bit of racing left to go, and there you see the gap, 0.6 of a second between Kronberg and Suggs. Lumbercat still lurking in the background as well. Langell and Everingham on the lead lap. You still have 5 guys that could very well win this race on any given lap, and man, oh man, Suggs is struggling with that 3 car a bit. Up to the outside wall again, getting, he might just be trying to paint the outside wall. I think that might be what Suggs is doing. And the Bass Pro shop car, and you can see slipping back a little bit as he gets up into the outside wall. Kind of almost slowing him down that time, definitely, because you can see he lost about a tenth, and Lumbercat able to kind of get that gap a little bit smaller. As you can see, he's down on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to close that gap and trying to close back in on 2nd position. It looks like we left the production trailer open. Ashton Riki is out of the driver's seat. Got a pulled pork sandwich in hand. Ashton, how was the race, man?
It was great. That was the most laps I've ever run here, so that was it was a lot of fun to do it. We were a few laps down, but still digging and having fun, so it was a lot of fun. Just too many incident points and got DQ'd.
Well, there you see, we might have another one of those. It's tough for us to get the incident points here in the broadcast booth, but Suggs has been up in that outside wall at least every other lap here for the past 10, 15 laps. It's hard to show in the stopwatch as well. Kronberg has about a second lead, and each time he gets up into that outside wall, I imagine it counts as an incident. So Suggs really struggling with that 3 car, it seems like.
Yeah, generally just the quick rub doesn't give you it, just gives you kind of gives you a warning, so 0x, but I was getting into it a little harder than he was getting into it, so it kept giving me some 2x's, and they just built up over time.
2+2+2, and ejectocito, because that's a term I think we've used a couple of times here throughout the race. Bad apples in the bunch earlier on, but we got it all sorted out here. Less than 30 laps to go now for Kronberg. He made the gamble. He stayed out as long as he could on that set of tires under that long green flag run. We got ourselves a quick caution, then another quick caution. He was able to get 4 tires on there, hold on to the lead lap, hold on to the lead, and he's now driving away from Brett Suggs. And Ashton, you and I have called many, many races here in the iRacing service. That's just not a line we use here at TCM.
Yeah, no, generally it's Brett Suggs doing the gap closing or pulling away, so this is kind of interesting to see. I don't know if I've ever announced a race with Thronberg in it, though.
New name here for me as well, so we may very well get an opportunity to talk to this driver as he crosses the stripe here for lap 307, getting down to the nitty-gritty once again. And I got to tell you, Ashton, after 307 laps plus some consies and some heat racing and plowing the driveway earlier, I think I'm on my 3rd cup of thorough blue here, which I don't think you're supposed to do. I might have you do some of the interviews this afternoon. Top 3 drivers.
You're on your 3rd cup of what?
Thorough blue. It's like a, I don't know, it's like an aspirin for colds. We're not doing too well here at HQ.
Oh, you need more Halls and Fisherman Friends over there.
Oh, Fisherman Friends are my go-to. If they don't sponsor us, but they should. If anybody's got a connection, we should definitely make that happen. Speaking of making it happen, how about Thronberg, man? 25 laps to go. He's got a 2.5 lead over Brett Suggs. There you see the gap. Back to Mumbercat as well. And then it's about 6 seconds and 12 seconds on back to 4th and 5th. A little bit of lap traffic up in front of the 19, but we've seen that car handle really, really well in traffic, in clean air. There you see Mumbercat trying to chase down Suggs in that 3 car. And take a quick peek here at Landell. You can see he's still kind of working with 00 Caden Tufts. Tufts, the first car 1 lap down. He finally able to get around that 18 car. We'll take a peek here at Colton Everingham as well, back in position. 13 seconds on back or so. A little bit of lap traffic in front of and behind him. And in the same shot almost, you can see Thronberg is getting closer and closer to putting the 5th place car a lap down. It's not that everybody in the field is going slower. It was just the green flag pit stop. We had that long green flag run. All of the top 10, except for Thronberg, came down, and then we had that quick caution. So really seemed to work in his favor. And Ashton, you and I can never get a lucky break like that.
Yeah, no, I was trying the same strategy, but I was down 6 or 8 laps or something like that, and the fall off on these tires was brutal. So I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, we saw out of the last caution flag. We kind of took a peek at those lap times with the 4 fresh tires. About a 6 tenths of a second, 3/4 of a second quicker each lap around this half-mile oval here, and with less than 20 laps to go, lap traffic is going to be a big story here. There's Devin Lappin in the 8 car. Had a good run earlier on going, but big time damage on that 8 car. You can see he's up into the outside wall just a little bit, taking the Brett Suggs line around this joint. He's going to tuck in the leaders tire tracks. There's Tim. Tim's still running. How about that? 28 car having he's having a run in any sense, but the 22 car having to deal with some heavy lap traffic. There is a war-torn number 67 car of Wade Craswell up in front. There's the 5th place car of Everingham as well. There's Hallaahan in the 33, getting ready to go now he's 3rd lap down, but still up in the top 10. Oh, contacted behind.
I didn't see who that was. I saw all the smoke, but they're still green. They're still going, so clearly they figured it out. Hopefully Tim wasn't involved in that one.
Like Devin Lappin in the 8 car. We'll take a quick peek at it as we are still green flag racing. That car's better. Still Matt Black in the red looked really, really good. Craswell was up the wall. There you see the 8 car getting tagged. They get it sorted out off of the racing group, so we do in fact stay green. And there you see Sebastian Tucker getting ready to go a lap down almost. Holy smokes, with that contact across the start finish line. Everingham is doing everything he can to try and stay on the lead lap here.
Yeah, he's got to fight. He's the last car on a lead lap, so even if he doesn't stay on the lead lap, at least he'll get the lucky dog if there's a late caution. But there's really no threat of him going down any further than 5th. So I mean, roughing up Tucker like that, I would just kind of let them go and let them run. Caden Tufts is far enough back. I think he'll be all right.
About 6 seconds on back. Everingham you might see Tufts try and burn that candle. He knows if he can get a quick caution. If he was the first car 1 lap down, he could rejoin this fight. But with Everingham going down a lap, that's going to be a little bit tougher to do. So we'll see what happens here. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, 11 laps to go as they cross the stripe. That gap's a little bit smaller. It seems like Suggs has gotten through that lap traffic just a little bit better than the 19 car. He got it back up to about a second, and it's another half second back to Mumbercat in 3rd. But Thronberg still has some lap traffic to deal with here, and it's slapping the wall again. It is. The 8 car struggling big with that handling.
Yeah, he's got no rear spoiler, so I don't know how much rear grip he's got, but
Probably
he's
none.
been running that top side, and yeah, there can't be much back there. That top side, if it's a fine line, if you can get into it and get it to roll, it's really fast, but it's a really fine line, and when you hit that wall, you destroy race cars.
Yeah, we've seen Suggs up on the outside wall a handful of times in that 3 car. You see them 8 right up in front, so I'm going to slow him down just enough for Mumberket to close up to the back bumper now of that second place car, and we've seen these guys do this all race long. Suggs all the way up to the top side, Mumberket all the way down to the bottom. He's there. He's going to try and make this happen. If Suggs gets into the wall too many times, he might slow him down just enough to drop that position back. But Mumberket going to try and get back into the tire tracks one more time. This is exactly what Kronberg wanted to see. He's able to drive away here at this point. He's got a 2.5 lead over this battle for second.
Yeah, the momentum on the top side where Suggs is running, like I said, fine line. If he can keep that rolling, the momentum will keep him up ahead. But like you said, he can't get into the wall too many times, or that's going to have him drop back into the grips of Mumberket. And Mumberket just knows what to do when he's working the bottom side like that.
And there you see the windshield of Kronberg. They get the high five from Barney in the flag stand last time by. Going to be 4 to go as he crosses the stripe. This time still has that bit of lap traffic, but he's got about 2 seconds back to the second place position. What do you do if you're in the seat of Kronberg? Do you try and race these guys hard, or do you try and just kind of get around and survive it? 3 laps to go for Kronberg as he comes out of 4. He's up on the high side. He's made the high side work. He's made the low side work. Just kidding. That's 1 and 2. We're going into 3 and 4 this time. It's tough with these racetracks being circles and ovals like this because they look the same on either side.
Yeah, down to 3 to go, and he did the right thing there. He got around the 22 and around Snellgrove, I believe is who it was. Tim down on the bottom, way out of the way, doing the right thing. They're going to come up on the 024. Hopefully he sees that it's the leader. 2 to go. The white flag in hand for Barney, so they're coming to the white next time around, and it's going to be pretty easy for Kronberg as long as he doesn't blow a tire or something like that.
And that's exactly what's going through Kronberg's mind right now. He's hearing all sorts of noises that he hasn't heard all race long. With the white flag flies for the number 22, and he has to hit his marks 2 more times. Has almost 2 seconds on back to Mumberket, who got around Suggs for second. Kronberg, though, out of 3 and 4. Checkered flag flies. Give it to the number 19 car of Kronberg. Mumberket finishes in second. Brett Suggs third. Josh Langell going to finish in fourth. And Colton Everingham going to round out the top 5. Ashton, what a show.
Yeah, I saw most of it through a windshield, but I could see what I saw, and it was a great race by everybody. A lot of torn up race cars, a lot of things that probably could have been avoided, but nonetheless, we got through it, and Blake Kronberg up on the front, and he ran a great race, great strategy.
And just taking a peek at the finishing lineup, we'll get hooked up with the top 3 drivers, and we'll talk to Tim here, too. Tim had a 13th place run. I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll hear about it for a few days.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
So there you see Blake Kronberg coming home with the dub. That 19/22 car going to come home with the victory. Dustin Mumberket and Brett Suggs going to round out the top 3. We'll talk to those cats momentarily here. Josh Langell, Colton Everingham going to round out the top 5, and that's it for lead lap drivers. 4 drivers on the lead lap here in this one. Caden Tuff still in black, Greg Snellgrove, Ashton Tucker, and Tyler Hallaahan. Solid run for him as that rounds out the top 10. And drivers starting to get lined up here. Ashton, I believe you've caught up with our 3rd place driver already, Brett Suggs, in that 3 car this week.
Yeah, I have Brett Suggs just climbing his way out of the car. He's down here on the front stretch. Brett, the strategy didn't play into your hands this time, but you were catching them towards the end. What did you see in that race, and what did you need to get to the front?
Yeah, it was definitely a long race there. I couldn't do the bottom the way a lot of them guys were. Dustin was really fast on the bottom, so my only hope was to run the top and try to make it work. And it started to work for a little while there with Blake out front of the last run, but ultimately just killed it to the point of no return. And then Dustin got us there at the end. So at that point, I was just hanging along for the ride, trying to just bring it home and keep it off the fence.
Yeah, you painted that outside wall gold in a few of the corners there, getting up in that last run. What's the key in these long races when it comes down to strategy? Is it trying to make it last longer, or is it more just a keep the tires underneath you?
Well, first thing is just to survive. I think we started with about 30 cars and ended with maybe 12 or 13 or so. So if you can survive until some of those squirrels get weeded out, then you'll be in good shape. And then when it comes down to it at the end, I mean, I don't know what the strategy was. Clearly, I think Blake had it dialed in pretty good. I know he was on a little bit different of a pit cycle at one point, but you know he's the man to ask that question because he got it done here perfectly tonight.
Awesome. And the question we always ask is who helps you get to the track in IRL and here on the sim rig?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to Dustin, Blake, and Thiel. I know Thiel didn't have the best of runs there, but big shout out to those guys. Everybody at Team Jones Race Development, JAM, Lake Norman Power Cleaning, TH Motorsports, North Creek, BSRM, LMI, all of our partners on the Real Racing program, everybody on iRACING as well, McConey Setup Shop. And of course, wouldn't go without mentioning, this is a big race. First time running this one. The Jim Hallahan Memorial. So big shout out to that family. I never got the chance to meet Mr. Hallaahan, but I heard a lot of great things about him, and really cool to support him every year in this race.
Awesome. Do you have anybody else up there, Paul? I can't really see you from where I'm standing.
Indeed, I do. A little bit further up pit road, catching up with the second place driver, and we saw this guy do battle with Brett Suggs throughout the entire race. Dustin Marquette coming home in second with that late race pass. Dustin, talk to us, man. That was a bad, fast number 16 car you had going on.
Yeah, no, I felt like we were really good, especially on the long runs. I just could wrap the bottom really good and not burn my stuff up. And yeah, I don't know. At the end there, I kind of screwed myself. When I pit, I just messed up and just tried to rally back and got desperate, moved to the top, and just killed my right front and had nothing left. I should have just committed to the bottom like I had for 250 laps before that.
Yeah, and we saw the top side work, the bottom side worked. You switched it back and forth with Suggs a couple of times, and at the end of it came home in second. What did you need to get back up to the podium finish there, or the pole finish? The top finish, the win, the checkered flag. You know what I'm saying. It's been a long afternoon.
I think I just needed to, like I said, commit to the bottom like I had the entire race. I shouldn't have ever moved all the way up to the wall like that. I'm not really good at that. I'm a lot better at just wrapping the bottom. So I should have known better. But hey, live and learn. I can't complain for having a 0x and no damage after 300 laps around Bristol. So no, it was still a lot of fun.
Making it look easy here at the last great Coliseum. Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack and the real racetrack? What do we got going on for the 2024 season?
On the iRacing side, I just really got to thank Rocket iRace Wraps, Throneburg Construction, Jackass Manufacturing, Caudal Captures, BSRM, Rap Racing, all the boys. In real life, I just got to thank my parents for always supporting me, and all the crew for all the hard work every weekend. And yeah.
Solid run here tonight. Putting on a show here for us up in the booth as well. Second place. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Ashton, you're down there in victory lane with the new guy. How about that? First time winner here in the Tulco Electric Super Late Models as well as the TCM special events. You've caught up with the driver of the 19, great Blake Throneburg.
Yeah, I'm down here. I'm down here with Blake, and Blake, that was a strategy to the end to get you to the front. What was that something you planned right from the start, or did that just fall into your court?
No, I kind of just fell in my hands right there, man. Got some damage, got in a wreck earlier, and just kind of got all pit strategy, and was like, well, we'll just keep filling up, and came down and just had to keep repairing damage and just kept filling up, and then got in another crash. Probably I think it halfway through the race, and I just came in and filled up right there and took tires while everybody else stayed out, and kind of put me in advantage, and I kind of got lucky right there when it was a caution. Everybody was a lap down, I think, besides me and 56. And then after that, man, it just kind of played out, had clean air. Really fortunate to hold Brett Suggs and Dustin off. Both of them are excellent guys and helped me out a lot with this stuff. So good race, man. Played right into my hands. Appreciate you letting me join the league. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to have you out here. Nice to have some competition out front. I watched most of the race, or watched you pass me for most of the race from the outside. But for the last 50 or so laps, you could see, kind of seem to put the car wherever you wanted to. Is that a tire thing? Did you have much tires left, or were they starting to fall off?
I think I finished with right at 80, 80, 90, something like that. I knew that I couldn't. I knew barbecue. He was running bottom. I couldn't get my car down to the bottom to keep speed. I noticed that when I was having to come back through traffic when I was trying to pass guys. I just really couldn't get a run off, two to get down to 3 and 4. So man, I just started halfway through the race. I think when I was coming through the field, I told him, I said, man, I'm running top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4, and my car felt the best. It didn't feel like I was overly tight. Could get it to rotate and get back to the gas, and just kind of, man, it kept sticking with me on that last restart. I knew Brett was running top, so I was going to see, and eventually it paid off, and got the win, man. It was pretty good.
Absolutely. And who makes it happen here in the sim racing world and in the real life?
Same setup shop. Barbecue and Brett, they helped me, just personally, they helped me a lot. London Rap, Kenny Seams, all them, Rap Racing, still graphics and design. Other than that, man, that's about it. Man upstairs, wife for letting me do this. Other than that, that's it.
Absolutely. Congratulations again, and hope to see you in a couple other races here this year with us over at TCM.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to joining. Be back, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the broadcast.
Back up to you, Paul.
Indeed, we are, and I can't even believe I'm going to say these words, but we're going to talk to the 13th place finisher, Tim Terry. Tim, how did you make that 28 car work?
Not very good. It was good on fresh tires. Setup was good. Thank you to Hastings and Conti and all those guys for putting together the setup for this thing. Thanks everybody for coming out and putting on a good show. I got behind, hit the wall in a restart, and then the 22, I guess, didn't have the concept of there's 200 laps or 150 laps or whatever it was left to go, and drove through me and put me in the wall, and that was the end of that. We got a meatball in the middle of the run. Apparently something on the car broke in the middle, and it wanted past us, so we pitted for the meatball and got that fixed, and we had a good time. Good time hanging out with these guys. Thank you to Paige for taking care of race control. I think there's only one thing we really got to look at, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, great show, great time. Tyler, where'd you finish tonight?
I came home in 10th.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah, good effort, good race. How was your show?
It was pretty good, just was trying to click laps off, just one laps, get to the end, and then that last caution there that came out kind of hurt my strategy, so put me a couple laps down. But I'm happy to come home with another top 10 in this race.
I was going to say, you got to be happy with a top 10 with all the talent that was here and all the green flag laps and everything else, right?
Oh, exactly. There's always a lot of talent in all the TCM races, and it's just it's a fun show and a lot of good competitors, good clean herd racing, and I think this one might have been the best one yet for the racing aspect.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a lower car count, but we still had a full field of drivers, and I think everybody had fun. Now, I heard a rumor that Greg Snellgrove is coming back to race next year. Can you confirm or deny that?
I can confirm that. He's actually standing right beside me right now. He is coming back, and he plans on running full time. His son Cooper wants him to come back, so he's going to go out and race for his boy.
So how does that work? Greg finished ahead of you today, right? Does he buy supper, or do you buy supper, or what's planned?
I think he should pay for half of mine anyway.
It's always a good time. Ashton, do you have any final thoughts on this before we close this off?
I didn't even plan on running the full 333. I mean, I guess I didn't.
You didn't.
I guess I didn't, but I ended up out there, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm sure I'll try again next year.
Oh, and I got to apologize to Greg because I think I nearly got into him on one of those runs. There was a couple of times where I got a little close. Me and Colton had a really good run in the heat race too. Overall, just a blast. My plan was to do a couple of these and not qualify and get into the non-qualifiers race, but I think there's a couple that made it in today and a couple that made it in Stafford that we may have to alter the qualifications for the non-qualifiers race coming up at the end of the month. But just crunching numbers now for points and everything else. Our next race is Tuesday, Oxford. It's the Wingnut Productions late model stocks. It is the makeup race. It's 106 laps, I do believe, 53 times 2. And that's pretty much it. We're racing every single Tuesday now to the end of the season. And then our showcase is Thursday, January 25, I think. Paul, it's about to get busy. We're about to crown some champions. Congratulations to Blake in the top 3. And hopefully we see Blake back at the showcase at the end of the month. This is we're getting down to the end of it, and then you're busy with still NEPs and RBR, and the hot tubbing with Hogue, I believe, is coming back, right?
Solid maybe. Solid maybe. We did get the late night text message from the big boss man that we're going to be jumping on an airplane and heading south next month once again. So you and I will talk offline about that once we get off the air, but we might do a little hot tubbing.
Wait, whoa. So hot tubbing with Hogue is going to be a live show. Like, we're all going to be in the hot tub. Does he have room for this?
I mean, yeah, we may as well, because that's going to be a crew at the at Compound Day Hogue there that particular week. So it stay tuned to the social media outlets, I guess, is what we'll say for that. But
yeah, gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. And what's next on the docket?
What's on the go? Tuesday night back here for the Wingnut Production Late Model Stocks. Wednesday night going to be the Turn 4 Podcast Winter Racing Series. NEP is back with us Thursday nights, and we do it all over again. Rinse, lather, repeat, racing every week through March here at this point. Lots of shows coming up here at VidaneTV, but that's going to do it here for us for tonight. The 4th Annual Hallaahan 333 is in the books. Congratulations to Blake Thronberg coming home with the victory. First time winning here in the TCM Winter Series. That's going to do it for us, for everybody here at Tim's Corner Motorsports VidaneTV. We will catch you on the flip side, and when we do, we are going to be doing it live.